like that. That movie was man.
Mm.
Man,
I ain't never seen it.
I don't care.
I'm
Hey,
gonna watch it though. I'm gonna watch it.
supposedly in that year, I'll be like 70 some years old, and I don't give a fuck. I will buy a suit, nigga, and I will be in that mug. I'll be retired by then.
This motherfucker talking about we better not be old. Motherfucker, we old now.
Nah, I'm talking about, hey, but I can still put at my age right now. I can still put a suit on and run and play like these dudes, that like virtual reality shit, dude. Oh man, I'm just saying when it gets to be like the way that movie was, man. I hope I'm old and I'm not that old.
Xbox niggas always talking about movies. Let's get the intros in there, nigga. What's up? What's up, niggas? We live and direct. Y'all niggas know what it is. Got a special guest, JTech. You know what I'm saying? We also got Bond up in here. Oh, that's Ian. My bad. I thought that was Bond for a second. You know what I'm saying? We got Ian and the regular, the regular podcasters. We got more people coming through. Thought we wish y'all a happy new year. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't gonna do this shit today for sure. Even if JTech was gonna show, we wasn't gonna do this shit. But niggas was bored. We grown as fuck. We not kids no more. Everybody getting recovered from last night.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas know what it is and how it is, man. We here live and direct, man. Let's get to these intros. Let the guests go first. Go ahead, Jay, man. Get your intro in there, bro.
This is JTech. Just a PlayStation gamer trying to kick some of my ass. I'm checking real quick. Trying.
For sure. I'm already reading the motherfucking comments and shit. Go ahead, Ian, cuz. Bond looking ass nigga. Do your intro, my nigga.
Hey, everybody. I hope for a good time. And, not laugh.
Hey, dude, you can't laugh and talk at the same time because we barely can understand what the fuck you saying.
Get your intro in there, Diver. You've been gone for 2 weeks. You have nothing to say, nigga. Take out the trash. In fact, nigga.
Nigga, what you mean? I got here before anybody take out the trash. Fuck that. I ain't taking shit out.
What's good, y'all?
I ain't even taking out. You shut your ass up, you bald-headed, buff-ass motherfucker.
Lord, hey, nobody told your pork belly bacon booty ass to say shit, motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? I ain't even fat no more. I ain't even fat no more, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This year I'm fluffy. Fuck you mean,
if
nigga.
our
I
guest
ain't
has
fat.
any idea how the round table operates, he is probably well aware of what goes down in here.
Hey, we a family-friendly podcast. Can we not?
No, we're not.
only on Wednesdays. Only on Wednesdays.
Hey, is that big money? What kind of motherfucking picture? You got 3 white dudes? You black, motherfucker. What you got 3 white dudes on your thing for, big money?
You nigga, forget you. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Get your intro.
What it do?
Hey, what's up? This big money, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Y'all already know. Check out everybody content. You already know. These my guys. I love these guys to death, man. Let's get it popping, man.
Okay, nigga, but we ain't white, motherfucker.
Hey, man, who the fuck is these dudes with the horse with the teeth?
Diver, stop acting like Carlos. Stop acting like Carlos, cuz.
Oh, that's you, Ian. Oh, yeah. Ian, you ain't no good, bro.
Hey, what does that mean? What does that mean? Stop acting like Carlos, nigga. Fuck you mean? Carlos is Puerto Rican just like me. Fuck you mean? You trying to get out some racist shit, nigga?
Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna fuck
You shut your dumb laugh ass up, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah, get your intro in there, Royal Cubs. Bro, these niggas already getting started like it's Friday. It's Tuesday, nigga. Relax.
Yeah. Hey, and just because you from the Hung Dynasty don't mean you hung, nigga. Fuck out of here.
It's pronounced Han.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Flush. Yeah, but just do this shit. I'm too tired of doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Last night lasted longer than it's supposed to. I'm tired as fuck, and I work today, so that's the intro.
I hear you. I ain't mad at you.
Welcome to the grown-up world, nigga.
Yeah, go ahead, take her.
It's been like that for the last at least 15 years, man.
That's what's up. Then you do it right, then.
It's Killer Thing 229. Happy New Year to the chat. Welcome. Let's get into these topics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Clay. Get your early on time, late ass in there.
Shit. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Lincoln Clay getting down with the round table. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know it's gonna be some hot shit.
Fuck up.
Will you shut your butter crunchy ass up?
God damn.
Hey, don't be pulling Orions, nigga. Don't be pulling Orions up in here. God.
Man.
I remember that
The
shit.
first, wait a minute. At first you called me Carlos, now you calling me Ryan. I'm about to take this shit personal, cuz. I'm letting you know right now, nigga. I will fuck this channel up, nigga.
Don't do shit that they do. And get the mic out your beard, nigga.
Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I'ma leave. Fuck y'all.
You gonna walk out? I'ma
walk out, nigga. Fuck y'all.
Get your shitty booty ass out of here, then. Fuck you.
Shut your ass up, nigga. Before I throw some more steroids at your ass.
Hey, you gonna walk out? You gonna walk out and block Big Money on PlayStation, my nigga?
Word, nigga. I'm blocking everybody, nigga.
Damn.
Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah, motherfucker. Hey, don't you got a Game Pass membership to use, motherfucker? Get out of here.
Damn, nigga, don't you got a bottle of steroids you got to go through, you bitch ass?
Damn,
let's go, nigga.
Fuck up,
what's wrong with y'all niggas? Y'all miss each other, huh? Both of y'all.
Anyway, let's get over this shit, Brad.
Hey, let's go, nigga. I don't want to see this nigga. Hey, and take that picture off, nigga. You look like, some old ass, try to be buff ass. Fuck out of here with that.
Still have this much energy tonight, bro.
Yeah, for real. Like, I see who got cheeks and who did not. Damn.
Let's get on with this shit.
He don't get cheeks because his shit don't get up because of them steroids, small balls ass having nigga.
Hey, let me get
your belly swallowed your shit up. The surgeon's got to pull it out.
Hey, as long as they pulling on something, fuck you mean?
Hey, what the fuck? Both y'all niggas call each other on loving ass niggas.
Hey, I miss you, nigga. I miss you.
It's been too long.
How's your brownies?
God damn, nigga. Y'all two niggas doing female banter. Fuck y'all. All right? Do I gotta do a replay of that shit y'all missed last week? Tuesday, nigga. Friday.
Oh, that was brilliant.
That shit was. I was watching that shit throughout the weekend. Nigga, my girl was arguing with me. I must have showed her that shit. She was like, "Oh shit, I love you. This is perfect." It was like a perfect nigga meme. Nigga.
Is it Captain Chuck or something? He's awesome.
Hey,
fuck you say?
Oh, Doug Nasty. Yeah, that's
he's awesome. He is awesome.
Yeah, he come in every now and again.
He awesome. He awesome.
Yeah, at least he's not like you fat fuck.
Hey, shut your William Wallace ass up, nigga.
Hey, we got guests. We got guests, nigga. God,
I love
that. Oh, Jesus.
What it do, JayTech, man? You at the table, so we gonna have our table questions, man. Hey, why you do Ryan like that day, my nigga? What's your story behind smashing on Ryan the way you did that day, man?
I don't really remember that shit. It's just I wanted to get some shit straight, Like I'm a working man, so I don't got enough time in my life for the drama shit and keeping up with who's talking about me when they talking about me. But it got to a boiling point between him and Porter Rock last year, and I'm sorry, I just couldn't sit by and let that shit happen no more.
You had to destroy him before the end of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, they put that New Year's resolution in effect.
On my hit list. But I think I'm supposed to be on Hard Eights podcast this weekend.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, shit. Knock him off how you knock him off. I'll give you 1-1. Porter Rock got you when you didn't go fight that nigga in Street Fighter, nigga. You gotta take them challenges. You can't let them challenges go. Can't. The Ryan shit, that shit was easy. That was easy lunch. You called that nigga a bitch and he didn't respond. I was like, win. Like, W. Like, oh, it's over. That nigga, he was answering you and shit. I'm like, oh, God, you know his name. I got you. And you did. And for your points, as I said on the podcast, you did get better than I have ever seen. That nigga was Puerto Rican mad, nigga. You had that nigga hot, nigga. Yeah. I give you 1-1. So I'll be staying tuned to see who you go after next. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but you know what? You know what's so fucked up, Thrash? He remembered Porter Rob. He don't remember shit. Fuck right.
Hey, I'm not even trying to throw nobody out there, Cup. I'm not trying to throw nobody out there, but I heard This is factual. This is not even a rumor. This nigga Ryan bought Luca a game. Nigga bought the God of War. I was like,
Did he?
niggas is simple. I'm like, God damn. God damn. I was like, see, when I heard that, I was like,
don't be putting that out there. You don't have receipts for that, man.
Hey, I got receipts, nigga. I got receipts from the source. Nigga.
Damn.
Source.
Because you know me,
Hey,
you know me.
I kept my composure. I kept my composure.
I ain't gonna say something without having some shit on it.
I didn't even clown him.
All right, well, let her get her hustle. Let her hustle that nigga out of all that whatever he got. He get from his mom's. Let him get all that hustle on. Let him get that. Get some more games out his ass. Shit, get some more.
He said, let her get all that he get from his mom's. Damn.
Really a picture of your shoulder.
Come on, man. Where you get the money from, Tay? Come on now.
Man, I mean, there are Burger King jobs and Krispy Kreme jobs out there, man. I mean, come on. You gotta let them have something.
Oh, God.
Hey.
You gotta let them have something, man.
I don't got a problem with Ryan no more. I already did what I had to do with him. But Carlos, I'm after that nigga. We might have to do a Friday night Carlos. He gonna fuck around. He said some shit that was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? About
towards who?
Me, nigga, on that race shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah. So he's like,
that's towards you. That's not towards the round table.
Oh, no, not the table. It's not the table. That's why I said I'm not going, you know, trust me, my nigga. All the words, them fake ass words he put together, I'll fuck around and make a collage.
Hey, man, quit talk, man. Hey, go ahead and say what you gotta say, man. Fuck that.
No. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna bring it to the table, though.
Yeah, I don't do it on here.
Hey, shout out to Jemiah, man. Real shit, 2019 should be about games, not about games, man.
Yeah, real shit.
Nigga, one day did not change. Fuck out of here. This whole planet didn't change in one day. Nigga, let that shit settle in for a minute. God damn it.
Come on, man. New year, new me. Come on, let's do it.
I'm trying to like do better than
Hey, you know what my New Year's resolution was, nigga, to stop smoking? I'm going outside right now and having a cigarette. Fuck you mean?
I don't really believe in that. Like, real shit, I don't really believe in New Year resolutions. Like, I feel like if you want to better yourself, you should do that immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but,
I think Phil Spencer's is to make games, but he'll break that in like 5 seconds. So
the fuck you say, you William Wallace ass nigga?
Hey, you got that horse and you talking like a pony. I see it now. Nah. All right, let's get to these topics, though, man. Xbox exclusive game Super Lucky's Tale is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Now that ain't use a brown horse.
Hey, exactly. But at the end of the day, I mean, I kind of knew Super Lucky's Tale was gonna go somewhere else. It's not like it's a Microsoft Studio game, but this goes to show that Microsoft is willing to pay people to make games for them, and then let them be on somebody else's shit. I think all these, I say it again, all these studios they bought, I believe they're gonna go everywhere. PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, wherever they'll be allowed to go, they shall go. I believe Microsoft is gonna be a third-party studio that just happens to have a console. That's what I think. That's my thought. What's your thoughts on it?
Let me go first. I'm not surprised that this game came to the Switch. I mean, the shit probably went as far as it can go on the Xbox. So I guess if they want to make some more money off of it, they got to go somewhere with it. And then as far as this, all these studio acquisitions, everybody hollering about, you definitely right about that, Thrash, about these going to be making games for all platforms and shit like that. But I also still believe that I'm right too, that I think a lot of these developers they brought in was bootleg developers that's going to be making bootleg games, for Game Pass.
Soldier Boy games, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. Hey, but you know what, Draz? That I think that y'all know I stand with that. The one thing, I'm with. If they picked up those studios, I think if those are those first party studios, I don't think their games are coming now. I'm thinking with Game Pass, like sometimes down the road, just like because I always thought that none of the exclusive games on PS4 would never come to PC, but that proved me wrong. So I could be wrong, but I still think that by them getting those studios, I can't see them not no first day shit. If something come out, if Gears come out tomorrow, the new Gears come out tomorrow, I do not see that on no PlayStation system. Nah,
Oh no, I don't see Gears coming out on PlayStation, but it might. I'm telling you, it might. I'm telling you this because the way Phil Spencer is talking, the way he's saying that I don't really. I mean, I was making a video today and I was looking at how he was talking. I was gonna make a separate video than the one I actually came out with, and it was all about like Phil's words and what he's saying. And he was like, I feel like it doesn't make sense as a business to put all your assets on one console. We should be able to. Everybody should be able to play these games. That's how you grow your business. Your business haven't grown this generation. In fact, it reduced. So that's the only viable way for them to actually make proper money.
You know, the crazy
He's
part
only
about it is
Phil's only
really
saying that though. He's only saying that to get that narrative out there, that mindset, because that you know they can't fight that exclusive on Sony's end.
You know, but the crazy part about it is a game like Gears of War. The crazy part about it is very well conceivable that it could sell more on the PlayStation than it would on the Xbox.
I mean, I think it'll sell more on PC than it would on the Xbox. To be honest,
but really, though, when we talk about PlayStation exclusive going to PC, that's not really the case. They never had exclusive that went to the PC.
No, he's talking about PS Now.
Unless you're talking about PlayStation Now.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, right? PlayStation Now never have like the current generation games, at least not the current ones. Like maybe early in the generation you'll have some, right? But the difference is Xbox, they don't do that. They say any game we have will go on Game Pass immediately. Day one. So that's not how it works. Like with PlayStation, you gotta buy the game first, play it for a while, and then that shit. It's kind of like movies, you know. Like if a movie come out, you gotta go to the fucking theaters. The PlayStation is kind of like the theater. You have to go there to watch that shit, and then later it'll go out on DVDs and fucking rental boxes and all that bullshit, right? It's kind of the same shit. Like,
and see, that's the thing. Like, LB, look, check this out. When I like because we've been knowing for the longest time that all of these companies do that, man. They do these play on words, right? This is what I'm saying. They see how much controversy this is causing with the play everywhere. Why wouldn't it be so easy for them just to come out and say, "Hey, man, this is what we mean by everywhere"? That's why I'm telling y'all it's not coming. It's a play on words, man. That's what they want. They want that. Oh, they coming to PS4? It would be so easy. If it's easy for them to say play everywhere, wouldn't it be easy for them to say, hey, it's coming to the PS4? Hey, it's coming to the PS5. Our games are coming on the PS4, the PS5, the Nintendo Switch, and the Nintendo Switch Pro, whatever their next console gonna be. Wouldn't it be that easy for them to say? Why doing these play on words and have people guessing? Because that's what they do, bro. That's what they do. They do these play on words, and then everybody sit back and argue.
I can understand when they say on every device, they mean you'll be able to play on PC, on a console, and when they say on a console, they mean an Xbox.
Right.
But I understand that logic. But at the same time, the other half of the narrative they're telling us is, you don't understand. We trying to put our shit on everything. Like they keep saying that as if like, what are you trying to like on everything? They keep like saying that over and over, right? So and you see it happening. You see games go to Switch. You see games go to PlayStation. You see all the games on PC already, and it's day one. It's not even a streaming service. You could purchase that shit day one on a PC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not.
I think it's both.
You know what I mean?
I think it's both. Honestly, like I think they're trying to stir up some controversy. Like I said before. They want to put their competition in a negative light by saying that exclusives shouldn't exist. On top of it, they can't do it now because it would damage their brand. But they are going to do it. They can't do it right now. They have to ease people into that shit.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Well, sometimes down the road, I can see a Gears coming. 4 or 5 years down the road, but if they put that shit out day one, to me, this maybe I'm crazy. It just does not say to me, I'm trying to sell 4 consoles. In these next 2 years, they trying to put out 4 consoles. They spent all that money, and then what if this happened? And I know this shit is happening anyway. Let's say they do come to all consoles, right? And it's selling on everything but the Xbox. Like, What the fuck? Ain't they losing money? Ain't they losing money that way? That's crazy. I just don't understand that. Like, why would you do that?
I want to say something just real quick. What the last guy said, I agree. You know, they do want to change that narrative. They did that last year, right after E3 with the crossplay. I think everybody remember they tried to really paint Sony as the bad guy by not allowing crossplay. But as soon as Sony opened up, I think towards the very end of the summer, as soon as they opened up, ain't nobody talk about crossplay no more. But they clearly do want that a no contest rule. They don't want exclusives to be the talking point. They want Game Pass to be the talking point. They want games to be everywhere. They want games to be for everybody at the lowest price. And to agree with a few other individuals said, I don't see how that's making money. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that funny video on Twitter where the guy pretended to be Phil Spencer. And he said, if you come into the Microsoft store, you can trade in a cheeseburger and get an Xbox.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it might be funny, but that's the road he going down at this point, man. He really looking crazy.
I'm sorry, JT. So do you think so the new Gears, do you think the new Gears is coming out on the PS4 day one?
I don't think that they want to do that yet. The reason why they gonna see in the last 2 years of this gen, this year 2019 and a good portion of 2020, what the Xbox One can do with this narrative they're putting out. If it can still manage to bring people in and not just subscribe to Game Pass, we talking about sell a good number of units for them. Now, we will never know that number because it's embarrassing, and they know that. So they're not letting anybody know how many Xbox Ones they have sold. They don't do what Sony or even Nintendo has been doing over the course of the last 2 years and come out and disclose that information. Oh, Nintendo's at 25 million. PlayStation's at 90 million. They're not going to do that because it's embarrassing. If they give that information out, all the developers, all third-party indie developers, they will 100% side with PlayStation, giving them timed exclusivity, DLCs, all of that dumb shit. PlayStation will undoubtedly get that stuff first. But if Xbox can do what Microsoft needs them to do, and it shows that they still making any type of effort to sell the system, and I'm talking about their games and their service, they're talking about Game Pass, then maybe they might not have to go down that road. But I think that's the open doorway that a lot of people see that's working at Microsoft and for the Xbox brand, that if push come to shove and it look like we just ain't pushing no more Xboxes out the door, we gotta have to be like Sega, and we gotta have to put our games on other people's platforms to turn this into a profit. Microsoft themselves, yes, they got big money, right? But we talking about the Xbox brand. They not even on the level of the PlayStation brand, not this gen.
So you think they're going to see? They're going to see what they're going to do.
What Xbox can do this gen.
Yeah, this next generation. You saying that they're going to see what they can do, and if that next Xbox is not pushing like it should, while they're in that generation, they're just going to move all their shit to other people's platforms?
I'm talking about this gen, the next 2 years, 2019 and 2020. If Xbox One isn't still pushing systems itself by being a good system or whatever they want to call it, if it's not selling enough systems, the Xbox One, then, and of course that's not selling games either. I think that the next Xbox that they bring out, that next generation, they're going to be more open to putting games on other platforms that were never on there. You know, because you got a lot of indie developers that have these contracts with Microsoft. They just got brought up, but some of their games they were already in the process of making, so they're already gonna be multi-plat. So they're owned by Microsoft, but they are actually producing a multi-platform game, even though they owned by Microsoft. And it might be some type of shit like that.
Like
that's the argument that I was trying to say last week.
Game is going to PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't think
the argument I was trying to make last week.
That is going to PlayStation.
But it seemed like they really don't care about exclusives anymore when they made the decision to put games on PC. You know, So it looks like that's not something they care about.
This was a bargain that Microsoft done internally to keep this fucking brand alive, essentially, because they were going to cut funds for the Xbox brand. I'm pretty sure of it. They were going to shrink that shit. Just the same thing like Nokia and everything else.
Where's your receipts for that? Or are you just talking out your ass?
This nigga
It's all speculation, my fat friend. But that's what I believe personally. I think this was the bargain to basically say we have to do something to make this brand lively. So let's put it out on every, basically like a multi-platform situation. That's why they released the Xbox One X, because they didn't have no exclusives at the time. They needed something to spur, you know what I'm saying, like people to buy that system. Y'all wanted power, here you go. I mean, just was a half-baked idea personally. That's what I see it.
Hey Josh, you know what? To follow you up with that, bro. The crazy thing is they spent the money on the Xbox One X. That's the thing that kind of I think if they would have did they got the new studios now. I think if they would have went to studios first and just let the Xbox be, you know what I mean? I think that would have been, because that didn't do nothing. It didn't boost sales like a motherfucker. It didn't boost sales. So I just really think that they did that backwards. I really think they should have did that first with the studios. Then by now, because if they would have did that, just think if they would have spent that money that they spent on the Xbox One X, they would have at least two or three new exclusives out as we speak right now.
But it did what it was supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do. No, they did it in the correct order. It was supposed to disrupt the Pro and what Sony was doing. They had to do something to kind of slow down that train a little bit. It did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, because I don't really think they were looking for. With the X, I don't think they were looking for extra sales.
No, they were looking to make.
Phil himself said that the X was for their hardcore fans that wanted that extra power and wanted that better frame rate in their games.
I can't believe that. I really do believe that was supposed to disrupt, because Sony was moving full steam ahead with that Pro. They were moving full steam ahead, so they were like, "Fuck it."
They still did. Fuck you mean they were?
Well, they were because it's trash. Look, I believe that they were because right when they had that Pro conference, here come Phil Spencer and Twitter talking about we got true 4K. That's where true 4K came from, because they was trying to compare it to the checkerboard rendering the Pro was supposed to be doing. So like we got true 4K. We don't got fake 4K. So that shit was made to take the hype off of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
What else you got? Yeah. What about you, Ian? You drinking my beer over there, nigga? What you got on this? Nigga? Oh, this nigga is in Scotland.
He got his view right now.
Yeah, he got an old brandy sitting next to him right now.
Yeah, I've got heaps of scotch wandering about. Yeah,
Eve was yesterday, cuz.
Yeah, I know.
She said, "I know."
Yeah,
that's a week for me. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah. I still think eventually you'll probably get Xbox games on all the consoles, because their heart's not in it anymore. They don't really care about their own fan base. They just want to make as much money as they can, and it doesn't matter what kind of games they come out with, because if it's not like a multiplayer shooter, they won't buy that shit. So they don't like anything different. They kind of go ugh. But yeah, they're definitely going down that route.
Down what route, nigga? What the fuck are you trying to say?
What's your explanation? You over here answering shit, nigga. What's your explanation of what they doing there, nigga? Give me your motherfucking topic. I mean, not topic.
They doing what they supposed to be doing. That's all it is.
And what's that?
I don't know. I don't work for the motherfuckers.
Hey, how you speak?
Oh, but you know what they you know.
All I know is they're doing what they supposed to be doing. They know what they doing. They got niggas they pay millions of dollars to be at the table to make these decisions, so they know what they doing. So I'll just let it ride.
They did a wonderful job. The score is 38 million Xbox, 90 million PlayStation. So they've done a wonderful job.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
does.
What is that? In what way does it matter? It put money in your pocket?
Okay, look. Then,
Did it put money? Did it put money in your pocket?
Since you defended them, does it put money in your pocket?
It don't put shit in my pocket. I put money in their pocket and PlayStation's pocket.
That's what I don't
What
get.
you talking about?
You say it don't matter, but then why wouldn't they be on PlayStation then if it don't matter?
It's that non-profit work.
And then you know what?
Trust me. You don't think they making money?
No.
You see, but it doesn't. It does affect though. That's the thing. It does affect. The problem is the same thing that happened when Microsoft entered the fray with paid online. One company does something, and if it's successful, I mean, all of this is all interconnected.
Yeah.
That's why it's
How
important.
many years did it take for PlayStation to jump on that?
Nigga,
They
one
were on it during
generation.
the PS2.
Nigga, shit.
Thraz, let me ask you this, bro. So if y'all
10 years.
if y'all are in agreement that
15.
those games are coming to the PS4, sorry for cutting you off, Diver, if you're trying to talk. Bruh, why won't they just say fuck it and let's put R-Light games on there right now then? Why not do it now then?
They would do
What's
this.
the difference? What they waiting on?
Because their game's not out yet.
It's
They're not
more-
putting games on their current
If
console.
the games are coming, if the games are coming, why not put the games that they have now, State of Decay, all that dumb shit that they got over there? Why don't they just say fuck it, let's do it now then?
And put it on
Because it devalues the brand altogether. They still want to sell hardware and
But
existing hardware that they
they're
have
still
now.
going to be devaluing the brand when they do it next gen. So I mean, it would kind of make sense to do it now than wait, spend all that money on another console, and then
But they'll still get income coming from the sale of the games going to the other consoles anyway.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
have
That's what I'm saying.
they have to play. They have to.
Always devalue the brand. So what's the? I don't know what they waiting for. If it's
No,
gonna
but like if you do it slowly, it'll be as if it never happened. You know what I mean? Like it won't be noticed if you do it slow enough.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If they start building a narrative now that they're going to do it in the future, they could little by little do it until it's actually full blown, and then nobody will really notice the difference. They can't do it now
but
because
they've been doing that all. They've been doing that all generations since they said since they announced that fucking Play Anywhere fucking bullshit.
Shit, they've been doing it. See, it's one thing I found out today, man. And making this Rare video, I found out that Rare was making games for Nintendo while they was with the 360. They was still making 3DS games. They made like 3 3DS games, and they only did it because Microsoft didn't have no work for them to do.
Yeah,
so that's what they did on the side.
That's because Microsoft. I mean, that's because Rare was doing before they made this game. They were doing shit for the avatars on Xbox. And then after they killed the Kinect, they really didn't have anything to do.
Shit,
they were making games for Kinect.
This was before the Kinect. They was making 3DS games.
This is like
after Perfect Dark came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After Perfect Dark came out, they did that shit. They made three Nintendo games after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a new thing for these for developers to make games, or Microsoft to allow games on other consoles made by their own studios. And these was exclusives, bro. Like exclusives for Nintendo for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
but
what
it
I'm
makes
saying?
sense because they was buddy with Nintendo this summer with the crossplay. So it kind of makes sense that a game like Super Lucky's Tale would definitely go to the Switch. Like I don't see them having any type of problem with that. Don't expect a Halo to go to a Nintendo Switch or a Gears, but Super Lucky's Tale.
I mean, but Rare had. I mean, before Microsoft bought Rare, they were basically a Nintendo studio because they were making games for Nintendo.
Right.
Before Microsoft bought them.
Peep this out.
I mean, it would make sense for them to be branched out to make a game for Nintendo.
Well, Lucky Tale will probably be quite popular.
I mean, Lucky Tale, but Lucky Tales is not a first-party studio with Microsoft. That's a third party.
No. But I'm saying that game suits the Switch.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. And see, a lot of people out there think that Microsoft owns that IP. A lot of people think that.
They don't.
They don't. It's just like
but I gotta say, it's easy to confuse that because the way they were hyping it up, them, not the developer. You know, like you got Crash Bandicoot, where I made clearly a huge mistake based off of the history of the original game, that the game was gonna stay exclusive. But like many people told me, and I know I was wrong about that, it's Activision. So them motherfuckers wasn't gonna allow anything to be exclusive. And we could see that as time goes on with Spyro the Dragon being on Xbox and Crash Team Racing on everybody's system day one. But the way Microsoft themselves had that in their lineup, on their banners, on their Twitter page and stuff, it's easy for people to make that assumption that, you know, they own the IP. Because the way
because Super Lucky Tales, was on the Oculus store before it was on even on console.
But for E3, 2016, 2017, whatever it was, they rolled out Super Lucky's Tales. They made it seem like Super Lucky's Tale, talking about the game being in 4K. They made it seem like this is one of the reasons why you should buy the Xbox One X. You know, because that was their featured game because Crackdown had got delayed. Crackdown was supposed to be the featured game when the Xbox X launched.
Yep, they were screaming 4K. Like, oh yeah, Super Lucky's Tale gonna be 4K, 60, you know, all that good sexy shit. But you know, like I said, like they are slowly they're not grasping anything, bro. Cuphead too. Cuphead should have been they paid money for Cuphead to get finished. And they still allowed it on Apple and shit. Like that's not exclusive. That's not it was on Steam and everything. That's not exclusive to the ecosystem.
They're a PC company first though. So you know that was gonna happen.
But shit, but Microsoft paid to make it better though. That's what I'm saying. Like they would spend money and pay to have your shit on somebody else's shit.
No, because they are a computer company. Like they are a OS company.
Apple, on Apple though. Apple is a direct competitor. I say direct competitor.
Watch what happens. Watch what happened in 2019, yo. What they're trying to do, yo, is work with Apple with a couple of different things. Just keep an eye out for them.
We shall see.
So you saying it's going to be called the iXbox?
iBox.
That's 2 minutes, man.
When they merge, it's going to be called the iXbox.
Yeah, so Microsoft will come out with their X phone.
Yeah, you know, be like
Microsoft been doing this for a while. Like if a game don't do well, they've done. This is the second time I've noticed they've done it. But it seems like a lot of eyes are on it because of the way, like I said, the way they were promoting Super Lucky Style. This happened right after the flop that is Quantum Break. They put that on Steam right after. Remember that they tried the Xbox Play Anywhere with that game. It didn't do very well. They secretly put that on Steam very quickly, you know, and that is their competitor. It was already on Windows Store, so I didn't see the real reason why they put it on Steam.
They don't own the IP for that game, though.
Yeah, that's again. No, they don't.
So that game could have went anywhere. The only thing they paid for was to have it on Xbox first, basically. And then again, it wasn't on Xbox first because it came I think it came day and date.
Day one on Windows Store, yeah.
So I mean, that wouldn't have mattered anyway, and then it went to Steam.
There's so many complaints.
Once games that they own the IP to goes everywhere, then I'll be more into believing.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you on that one.
So do they own
all the games that are going everywhere else is IPs they don't own.
Yeah,
no, they don't own the IP to that either.
What about Halo?
They own the IP of Halo. They bought that.
I know they do, but they also put that shit out on isn't it on Steam too?
Just that the Forge is on Steam.
So I mean, they already did that shit.
That's not the full game.
Don't you guys forget? Wait, don't you guys forget that Halo 1 was on fucking the PC also. Halo 2. I mean, so why is that a big deal now?
What?
Diver.
You confused it a little bit, Diver. I know what you talk about though.
Yeah, Diver. Can you see something like Halo being on the PS4? Can you see a game like that being on the PS4?
Not with PS4. I mean, only PS4 gamers that would welcome Halo was the ones that were on the 360 years.
Yeah,
That's the only ones that are. The rest of the PlayStation community would not accept. They would not flock to Halo. Or
I was
Gears.
talking about Diver though, fam. I know you probably didn't hear me.
Oh, my bad. I mean, his mic was muted.
I know. Yeah, I'm saying.
My question to that, like,
hold on,
this is why.
Diver, did you hear me? Diver, did you hear me?
I heard what you said, nigga.
Then answer it, nigga.
I'm trying to. If you don't quit interrupting, you motherfucker. What I'm saying is, this is why I stay quiet when you guys get into all this. What if, or you think, and all this other bullshit. I'm always quiet because all this shit don't mean shit. Y'all motherfuckers don't know nothing. Hold on. I'm answering the question. Can I answer the question? Can I answer the motherfucking question?
I just want to know if you know how quiet it would be, nigga, if we didn't talk about gaming, bro. Like,
no, I get it. I'm not saying nothing about it. I'm just saying that's why I stay quiet, because I don't really like getting into that. You know what I'm saying? That's like if somebody said that, oh, you know, Thrash is over here talking shit about you. I ain't gonna hype it up. I'm gonna come to you and be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Same thing with this. I don't care. I play games. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck. Xbox right now could sell all their shit to PlayStation, and guess what? I'm still playing. It ain't hurting me in any way, is what I'm saying. All these companies that are making all these executive decisions and all that shit don't bother me. So that's why, to me, it don't matter. You know, well, what's gonna matter is if it does, okay, and if there's only a PlayStation, and when PlayStation's like, fuck it, we ain't got no competition, we selling these games for $100 each, who the fuck they gonna go to? And then we all gonna sit there and be like, why they doing this? That's all I'm saying.
And that's you know what? That's another thing I was thinking about, y'all. Like, y'all saying that they put where's the competition in that? Where's the competition in putting your games on everything? Where is that?
They don't want to care about it no more. They care about the money.
Compete. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they don't want to compete. That's the point. That's the whole point of it.
And that's what I always thought about exclusive games. To me personally, I understand it makes a brand and it makes you want to go buy their brand. I get that. But to me, I don't see why you want to stop putting money in your pocket. You know what I mean? That's just me.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand. At that point, you're sharing your assets. You're sharing your shit. Microsoft, the only reason why they're doing this shit is because they have the Azure. If they didn't have Azure, they wouldn't be doing none of this shit. They're trying to make sure they make a staple in the streaming game, and basically say we're giving it to everybody. But they're not. It's not like you're gonna put a disc inside of a phone. You're gonna do it through the services. They want everybody to be on at least 2 services, I guarantee you. And Sony can't do what Microsoft is doing because Sony depends on PlayStation to be successful. PlayStation cannot share with nobody. If they go and share everything and no exclusive, there's no reason to buy the hardware because your exclusive is already on the Xbox or already on the PC.
Yes, that's the same thing I'm saying with Microsoft.
No, you don't understand. Microsoft don't got this problem. Xbox does not need Microsoft. Microsoft don't need Xbox.
So you like. Go ahead, Ian. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ian.
Microsoft have so much other divisions that if Xbox, it wouldn't affect Microsoft anyway. With Sony, a lot of their other stuff's not very good. So
okay, but listen, Ian,
consoles keep them going.
Microsoft reached their peak. They've reached their peak in what they can do in the console
what y'all
business.
saying is, this is a business, man. I just don't see Microsoft saying fuck it. We got the money.
They're not saying.
You better believe it.
Saying about that, Big Money.
Bro, they're not putting no product out. They're not putting no product out not to make money on. In the future, they are trying to make money.
Why would they make money if they
product out? If the product fails in it, now I can see that. If this is going to be the last of the Xbox, I will be 100% on with y'all. But what I'm saying is, why would you put something out? You spend all this money on these consoles and say fuck it.
Because it failed.
Big money. All right, let me do this real quick. Big Money. We could say that about PC, but they put games on PC already, right?
No, that's not the same thing, bro. That's not the same thing.
I know, but isn't that one level of it already? That's just one level of it already, right? But here's the thing, though. When it comes to business, a business isn't here to compete. They're here to make money. So if I don't have to compete to make money, I'll do that. If there's a way for me to do that,
so you're trying
to
tell me if you was ahead of the gaming division of Microsoft, and your accountants, whatever they say, they're gonna say, Phil, you want to put all our games on all the different consoles. You want to put it on all the different yeah. So Phil,
first of all, don't ever call me Phil ever again.
Man, well, let's move on to another subject.
No, I'm saying don't.
Yeah, nigga, you know what he's saying, man. Fuck the name Phil. You know what he's saying.
All right, let's get to the subject. And I was playing, but if y'all want to, don't take the shit so serious.
Yeah, I was just saying
that. What if Sony was the one that's getting ready to put their shit on everything?
Exactly. Everybody would be going crazy. Everybody would be going crazy. Everybody would be like, man, that don't make no motherfucking sense.
Ian already said the good point.
Can I explain it though? Like, can I explain it, please?
Yeah,
if I was in the position of Phil Spencer, right? If I was put in a position like, look, ain't nobody buying our console, no one's buying our games. We're giving you this amount of fucking money. Do something with it. Now I'm sitting here like weighing all my options. Okay, ain't nobody buying our consoles. Ain't nobody buying our games. I have this budget to deal with. How the fuck am I gonna make money for the company? And you telling me that we wouldn't find any way possible to fucking make money for the company? Like, is that what you're telling me? Because right now we know people don't buy our games. We know people don't buy our consoles. Let's still do the same shit, like as if that's gonna change anything.
But they're still making money off the services, so they still bringing money into the company.
All right, so here's the difference.
But do you need the console for the service or not? Do you need the console for the service?
No, you don't.
Yeah, they're trying to create a service. They trying to create a service. The thing about it is, most people don't know. Microsoft joined the console business because they were afraid of what Sony was doing to their own like PC world. Sony was trying to make a living room PC essentially with these consoles, and that's why they jumped in there to disrupt that shit. It was never about them winning the console market. It was about them keeping what they have currently and not having anybody like, chip away at that shit. That's what it was really about. Yeah. The difference is, big money, is that the Xbox is such a drop in the ocean for them. And with Sony, it's like a third of their business. They have to differentiate themselves from everybody else.
I know, like when we be talking about this stuff, we're not at the Microsoft table. This is all speculation. This is what we think is going on, but I just don't see any business. They spend money to make money, man. You put it you said they do it to make money. I just don't see them putting their console out there.
I'm gonna use that logic with you, Big Money, and I agree. No business is in business to not make money. But how are you going to make money knowing something is already gonna fail? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you already know in advance it's gonna fail.
So what you're saying is you know that this is going to fail. I'm sorry, but that you go ahead. What was you saying?
I would just. Oh, go ahead. Go. You ain't
have you ever seen them actually profiting from consoles ever?
You know what? See, that's the thing. That's why I said this is what these shows are for. We speculate what we think what's going on because we really don't know. I couldn't answer that question if they making money or not.
They don't make any money from consoles.
We know that they make that goal. Remember, don't forget the goal was 200 million. The goal was 200 million consoles.
Well, the head of speculation, right? Speculation works on facts that's presented to us, and we take those facts and we try to do our best to figure something out, right? Right?
What actual facts do we have right now?
I'll give you the facts. I'll tell you the facts that we know. We know that Xbox's goal in the beginning of the generation was 200 million. It's been confirmed by too many people. All right. We also know that the Xbox One sold less. We already know the Xbox One sold less than the Xbox 360, and anybody who knows business knows. Come out with a new product, you want to make double or triple what you made with the last console. All right. We also know that Microsoft changed their whole plan from the DRM plan to having everybody online. The Connect cost them $10 million, so they're losing every console that sells without a Connect. They lost money on. We also know that Phil Spencer is aiming to get their Xbox stuff on all devices, and that will naturally make the Xbox One sell less next generation because the games are going to be on different devices to where people won't need to buy an Xbox to play those games. So
Okay,
it's
I understand that.
big money. Look at the origins. All of this is well documented. Look at the origins of the original Xbox.
Okay,
See
man,
why they jumped in there. That's well documented.
But
Okay,
Microsoft's always been a software service company, so
they lost money every generation.
Now, with that being said, Thrash, with what you just said being said, like I said, I'm gonna put you in the same position. If that's been going on, why? If somebody put in front of you and say, "Hey, okay, now Phil, we done failed in the console position, and let's put our games on everything else," you gonna sign your name on the dotted line when somebody say, "Well, okay, if we failing, and we gonna spend an extra $2-3 billion on these next 3 consoles," you gonna say, "Yeah, that's a good idea."
It's called contingency. It's called contingencies.
You
There's a plan. You gotta have plan B's and stuff. They didn't automatically think that they were gonna lose this badly. It's a contingency now.
You're only thinking about the consoles. You're not thinking about they're making more money on software. Minecraft made them more money than anything, right? And that shit came out late. And where is Minecraft at? On every fucking thing. Cell phones. Everywhere. PlayStation, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was everywhere when they bought it.
Yeah, because Phil Spencer said console's not important.
Minecraft was on PC too.
Minecraft was everywhere before they bought it. What about Minecraft Story? Huh? I keep having to bring that shit up to you niggas like that shit.
That's new. Isn't that new?
And it's on every system.
Hey, you know what? We need to do?
It's on the PlayStation too?
Yes.
It's on the PlayStation. The story's on the PlayStation.
Yes.
Separate the ones that's already been on. Let's talk about the ones. Let's talk about the ones that's coming out with these new. Let's keep it on that because
every new studio got a game coming to PlayStation right now.
With them, and that's fuzzy. Everybody got bits and pieces of what was going on. We was not there, man. It's all speculation coming from what we think happened. We don't know the deal. Let's talk about games that's coming out.
We know these games are coming to PlayStation. We know it.
He's talking about they're already having a deal. He's talking about they already have the deal.
They already announced it. No,
Gears of War is coming to PS4. You know this.
That game Obsidian making is coming to PS4. Bard's Tale from the other NXL, whatever that shit is called. That's coming to PS4.
That's what I'm saying, but that's already been in development. I'm talking about.
Let me fix that point. Hold on, because I found something out just today, and I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait for them to bring that shit back up." You guys always talking about it was already in development for PlayStation, and that's why it's coming to PlayStation, right?
I didn't say it was already in development. PlayStation, I said it was already in development.
Right. For everybody.
When they developed that game, bro, when they was developing that game, when they first signed on to develop that game, Microsoft did not own them at that time. That's why I say it's fuzzy.
You gonna let me tell you what I found out today? This is what I'm telling you. When they bought Rare, nigga, like I said, I did a lot of research on Rare today. When they bought Rare, Perfect Dark was already half done for the motherfucking GameCube. When they bought Rare, they took Perfect Dark and they put it exclusively on the Xbox. That's why it came out so bad, because they rushed it. They rushed Perfect Dark to come out on the Xbox because they had already had it half done on the GameCube, so they had to rebuild everything and then finish the whole game. They had a deadline and they didn't make it, but they still were forced to push it out, and that's why the game came out.
But that has nothing to do with that Obsidian.
No, it does, because because you're telling me that they already signed the PlayStation. They were already making that game before.
Okay, let me say this again.
But then they had already bought. Rare was already making Perfect Dark Zero. Microsoft took that game from Nintendo because now they owned it, and now they put it exclusively on their system. That's why I keep telling you, there ain't no contracts. It's only agreements. The only time it's contracts is when you got exclusive deals.
When Obsidian was making that game, bro, Microsoft was nowhere in sight, bro. They were nowhere in sight.
Same thing with Perfect Dark Zero.
The time that Microsoft, when they acquired Obsidian, bro, that game had to be damn near 80-90% done. That's why I don't want, because we don't. You took that other game. I'm talking about the Obsidian game. I don't know nothing about, and I really don't even know nothing about the Obsidian game. That's why we don't know this. This is
but then that's that. But then big money. That would be easy for them to just say, don't make the shit for PlayStation. Just cut it off because we're already 80% done.
Right.
Just leave it on Xbox.
I agree with you. I agree with that totally.
But think about the alternatives, though. Think about the alternatives. They ain't going. There's two reasons for allowing it.
If you bring up that, why not say that for Minecraft? Why not just say, hey?
No, but we can't say that with Minecraft. Here's the thing. They want to sell their studios. Basically, they want to show people that their studios have some sort of worth.
Yeah, what's up?
One thing, they want more money and more in that game to be in more hands. So they ain't going to cut that. They're not going to cut that vein. Two, it always puts that reputation out. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if it's a good game, then people want to know that I can only get it for that particular console. There's a lot of things that they're thinking about. It's not just the exclusive rights. They're thinking it ahead of time.
And that's why, Josh, that's just why I said I don't think it's good, because we all coming from a place of speculation with that game. It's not good to talk about those games because they were all the way in development, and we don't know too much. I think it's good if we keep the focus on the games that's coming. Now, if that number one studio that they got, I forgot the name of it, the one that's supposed to be making this triple A, double A super game. Now, if that game comes out, and it's on the PS4, y'all have one hell of a case. I would sit here and be like, y'all right. But if it don't come out for that game, what would y'all say?
Let me say one more thing. No, I wouldn't. Why would I say you wrong? No.
I'm talking to everybody.
I'm saying I'll say one thing about the whole thing, man. Will Microsoft make more money going third party or staying console?
That's I said, man.
That's the same. You can ask that same. You can ask that same question to Sony.
Yeah,
you can ask that same. I mean, you can ask that same.
There's more to it. There's more to it than Sony. Sony wants to sell hardware.
With Sony games, they'll sell more software.
I can't hear none of y'all.
Hey, look, that's that same thing that Diver was talking about. When we talk, we always put out the line when it comes to Microsoft. We can talk about everything, but when we talk about Nintendo and Sony doing that same thing, it's always hell no, they can't.
Sony would make a killing if they just dropped the PlayStation. They would make a killing.
Drop the PlayStation and they would fucking die, because PlayStation is the only reason they're alive right now. Like, I keep telling y'all, it's a difference. Why would Sony take a risk when they're number one? Why? Microsoft is number last. You know what I'm saying?
But they would make a killing. How would they die if
they would still make a killing off software?
You know what? No, because here's the thing. They are a hardware company. Hey, they get cut off. They want to create an ecosystem. They want that ecosystem, so you have to go to them specifically. That's what they're really trying to create. Having them multi-platform isn't going to do that. They're not important. Then people can start stripping them away like that.
Go ahead. I'm gonna give somebody else a chance to talk before I say something. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, Jay, what you had to say on that? I heard you were saying something. What was you saying?
Say what? Oh, yeah, I'm still in this PS4 chat. But as far as this, I think people should also think about Ninja Theory. Now, they brought them, and they have a game in development, right? But it's not the same as any of the other ones you talked about, because it's probably in the very early stages. All these developers that they brought, their games are probably in a normal 2 to 3 year development time. So in about 2 to 3 years from last year, let's see, this 1 year in 2020. So some of their games should be coming out in 2021. Maybe 2020, depending on what type of game they are. Like, if we're talking about indie games and their focus is to sell Game Pass, Microsoft might actually see some sort of value in keeping those games exclusive to that service. But once again, if shit goes left, you know, and it's already been going left for this whole generation. And no matter what they've done, I've looked at these patterns. I used to make videos about it in the first 3 years of the gen. Every month, they're losing the NPD. The only time they would win when they drop the price during November and December. You don't want, that's not winning. That's not helping. That's not making money. That's nothing right there. And it happened year after year after year. The generation is over now. And that's your record. Not only that, you let Sony come back. Maybe they didn't have the best games. Maybe they didn't have a lot of exclusives. But then you let them get Bloodborne, and you saw what that did. Horizon Zero Dawn came out. Yeah, God of War and Spider-Man came out in the same year. I mean, it was just hit after hit. Game of the Year award-winning hits, by the way. And that's the record you're looking at for this generation. So no, not only did you not make any money, you didn't make an impact. So if shit continues to go this way for the rest of this year, they might make that decision to say, and this is not the Xbox branch, by the way, this is their parent company, Microsoft, that it's no point in keeping that Xbox brand exclusive. You know, you guys just need to go, you know, make as much money as possible. Well, I was going to say make a streaming service. You could put games on everybody's platform, but they already have that. It's called Game Pass. I really believe that they're going to be similar to Sega, but more successful than Sega, because Sega had to get in the mood of putting their games on everybody's platform. It wasn't an overnight thing. You know, when Dreamcast flopped, they didn't just say, "Oh well, here's all the Sonic games." No, that shit happened over time. So we are looking at some sort of a process that over time, games that once was always exclusive to Xbox might start appearing on other people's platform, just for the sake of that company making money back instead of them losing it and never gaining it back. So that's what I think people should be looking forward to and prepare yourself for. If you're an Xbox fanboy, you know, you should be prepared right now that if you can't get your friends, if you can't get your brothers and sisters, your cousins, your mom, your dad, if you can't get them to buy an Xbox One this year, if you can't get them to buy the software this year, that means they're not gaining any ground. And right there, what Microsoft looking at is, well, you're not making enough money for us to keep doing what you've been doing, which was failing. Okay. So, I mean, that's how I look at it.
Not only that, you mentioned before, why isn't Sony doing this shit, right? Or going third party, because they could be making a killing. But if they create an ecosystem where people are basically forced to pay for a PlayStation Plus, that makes people get a PlayStation and then get a PlayStation Plus, which is making them billions of dollars. That's why they're not going third party, because it's not just about the game. That is residual. It's over and over money stacking up. They want that plus, that ecosystem.
I mean, Microsoft is making that same.
But they don't have as many consoles out that Sony has. 9 million versus.
They don't have that number one appeal. They've never had the number one.
Yeah,
appeal.
But it's still not 90 million consoles on PS Plus though.
No, it's not. There's a percentage of it. Here's the thing, and it's not 30. And it's not 30.
That's true too.
Yeah, it was.
But it's still money coming. It's still money coming in though.
Yeah, that's
there's money coming in, but it ain't that type of money.
I mean,
even if you just have 30.
Game Pass is also bringing in money, even though everybody that's on Xbox does not have Game Pass.
No, PlayStation Now is making that money.
Exactly. So I mean, you can't say that Microsoft ain't bringing any type of money.
Oh no way! No one said that they're not.
They're not bringing in as much as PlayStation.
There's a percentage.
They still have money coming in,
but that's
where it was so that they still got value somewhere.
At the minimum, they got a third of people buying PlayStation Plus.
Y'all gotta realize that Microsoft is the biggest company out of all three of them. The bigger the company, the bigger your goal is. If you don't make your goal, it's gonna be fucked off. Yeah, that's why you got the smaller company making more money than the bigger company. It's always an issue. That's like Pepsi making more money than Coke, Burger King making more money than McDonald's. It's
Thrash. Thrash.
They gotta change. They have to change something. What's up?
They come up to you and say, "We want you to make the decision that you think is going to start putting us back on top." What would it be?
I would say how many bitches involved. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say, nigga.
You're fine.
Nigga, what I would do? No, honestly, I'll go third party. Like I just said, I said they will make more money third party than they would. They don't have the brand name to make a dent into this console shit. Y'all gotta remember they had a year head start last generation, way cheaper, games ran better, all that shit. And they still fucking lost. They don't have the brand name. It's just because of the brand name. They don't have the brand name to hang in there with PlayStation. Just like PlayStation can get their ass whipped by Nintendo from time to time, simply because Mario is that shit. Everybody knows who Mario is.
Wasn't Coke beating the shit out of Pepsi, where Pepsi went to them and tried to sell themselves to Coke, and Coke said "fuck off," and now what happened?
No, we said fuck no. Yeah, now what happened? Look at them about to die. The only reason they still alive is because Frito Lay, nigga. You crazy, nigga.
You crazy, nigga. They sell it just as much as Coke is, nigga. Fuck out here.
No, you don't even know. Nigga, do you know Coca-Cola got 500 brands? They got 500 different motherfucking items.
But is Pepsi out there though? Is Pepsi out there? Every time you see a Coke machine, what's right next to it? What's right next to it?
I see a Pepsi machine, and then I see the guy coming to the Pepsi machine and taking them Pepsis out because they went spoiled already, nigga. Nobody buys Pepsi.
Wait, soda get spoiled?
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You better read that
You
shit.
didn't know soda spoiled?
Bro. Hey, trust me. I know. Hey, trust me. I know. Hey, I promise you. Stores don't even. Pepsi tries to give away they shit. Stores don't even want they shit. Like, we'll give you a pallet. Give us $400. A pallet is worth like 1,000 something. I'll give $400. We'll give you a pallet. Niggas be like, hell no, because it's just gonna sit there and they're gonna lose $400.
No,
you know
I prefer your cherry Coke.
Just like that, bro. And then Mexicans. I'm not being racist, and I know Carlos is a.
Oh shit!
But they have the biggest. They buy Coke the most, like out of everybody. Like they say Coca. That's what they say. Like no bullshit, like crack, like literal crack.
That's because the company is out there. That's why the company is out there.
Real shit. So it is. It's all about brand name.
So my point, what I'm trying to say is that you saying there's not a brand name. I believe they ain't going nowhere. Rather if they're always never winning the console. Hold on. If they're never winning the console wars, they're always gonna make enough money to be there.
No, they're not making enough money to be there.
They are making enough money. Okay, look, you sit there. Okay, hold on. You sit there and you buy an Xbox, right? You spend $500 on an Xbox, right? Mm-hmm. They done making money selling that? No, because now you got to go pay $60 a year just to play that Xbox, right?
Let me ask you something.
So hold on. So they double their money for that Xbox in what, 4 years? And then plus, if you got Game Pass like I do, I pay $10 a month, which is $120 plus my $60. That's damn near $200 a year. Okay, so off of me in 10 years on one Xbox, okay, and I got 3 of them in this house on one Xbox in a year, they're making $2,200 off me on one of my Xbox.
In how many? 10 years?
I'm talking about 10 years. Right.
10 years, they're making $2,200. They're making $2,000.
That's off one of my Xbox, okay? Now you put all 3 of them on there. How much is that?
Going to the math.
Can I tell you something real quick? Because
everybody makes mistakes.
Guys, you know why they don't give Xbox numbers no more? You know why they don't give Xbox numbers?
Everybody makes mistakes.
You know why? They don't give Xbox numbers because they are now conjoined with Windows 10. Every Xbox sold counts as a Windows device.
Yeah,
my nigga. So it's not even relevant no more. They put that Xbox in the 360 days. It doesn't have its own division now. It's in Windows division now.
Yeah,
Bill Spencer isn't the head of Xbox. He's the head of games.
Yeah, it gets counted up with Surfaces and all that.
So it's like they don't give the numbers because there ain't no numbers. They just count it as a Windows.
But when you're not getting what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is they may have sold less consoles, okay, but all them consoles are what? Online? How many of those consoles are online? How much money are they continuously to make off of those little bit of consoles? Now you take your 90 million consoles that PlayStation sold, right? And only a third of that is online. So basically the other systems they sold and they ain't making no more money off them systems, right?
it's like you don't pay attention to your own system. When Microsoft count all the people that's online, you know what they say? They say we have this many players, right?
Player engagement.
Now, motherfuckers forget that Microsoft allows you to game share. So if I your fucking Xbox Live. So if you fucking got Xbox Live and your homie got your Xbox Live and he's playing your PUBG, then basically that number is basically half. Most people, if you ain't I know you game share. That's why you quiet. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't game share.
Quiet, nigga?
If a nigga
Who's quiet?
if he can't buy his own games, he don't need to be gaming.
I ain't quiet. I'm letting you talk. I'm letting you talk. I ain't quiet.
No, you game share, right?
I can game share with my nephew. That's right.
Okay. Well, then that's one sale lost, nigga. So it's
how is it a sale loss?
Why isn't it a sale loss, bro? If your nephew had to buy it and you had to buy it, but if y'all sharing, that's one buy for two people.
He buys a game, I buy a game. He buys a game, I buy a game.
Instead of each of you buying the game, one game is bought, two people using it, right? Okay,
right. Hey, what is PlayStation? Doesn't PlayStation do the same? Doesn't PlayStation do the same?
We're not talking about.
Hold on. Does PlayStation do the same?
No, they don't.
PlayStation don't game share.
No, they don't. Who you game sharing with? Let me know. What you talking about?
They game share, man. PlayStation game share.
Yeah.
Oh, that illegal shit that they do. Oh, you talking about the same shit that what's his name? One Stop for Gaming was doing?
Hold on, but then that would cut you guys' shit down in half too, then, right?
I got a friend that if you can game share, man. Like game sharing is. I even did game share during the PS3. Like game share. You still have your
it used to be five. It used to be five
people. Yeah, 5 people on the PS3.
And then they reduced it. But here's the thing, though. Companies nowadays, they don't want no kind of loss. Like my vehicle now is a Juke, right? Nissan Juke.
You can game share PS Plus?
Hey, you know what?
No.
What scares me about that?
What I was going to say is this. If something's not making money, they want to cut it like immediately. Like my car, they don't make it anymore. All they want is SUVs and sports utilities. Cars don't even sell like that anymore. You can run and you can look that up too. It don't matter what kind of nostalgia or whatever the case is. They stop making Beetles just because they're making it, and a small percentage of people is playing. I mean, using it. Don't mean that they want to lose money off of it. They cut that shit quick.
You know what? The thing that I was looking at, I know that Sony is probably like in the 90s of millions of consoles sold. What scares me about that is the low rate that they have with people that has PS Plus and stuff like that. Because ain't that like 34, 36 million? That's the only thing that concerns me about
big money. That's inevitable.
Oh my God.
That's inevitable. Because it's a worldwide. Listen. But hear me out. It's worldwide.
Lincoln, what you say,
Lincoln? Hold on. It's.
I really don't know how to play, but I know.
He talking to somebody else.
What'd you say, Lincoln?
Oh, it's worldwide. There are some places where
you have to keep in mind that some of those games are free that don't require you to have PlayStation Plus in order to play them online, like Fortnite being one of them.
Mm-hmm. All free to play games.
But that number, if you got 90 million sold, like that scares me with that number being in the 30s though. I thought it would be somewhere like close to 50.
Hell no.
Well, no. I mean, like I said, like you just said, you don't need PlayStation Plus for games like Fortnite, and you got the whole free to play section on the PlayStation Store. You don't need, like then they got some games, not all. There are some games that you can buy for $60 and don't require you to need PlayStation Plus. So not everybody's gonna need it, and not everybody's a competitive gamer. So you got to take that into account. But 32 or 34 million subscribers on PlayStation Plus, that's a big number.
It's always going to happen that way. It's always going to happen that way for anything. Yeah. You're not going to ever get 100%. As a matter of fact, to have a third is pretty fucking impressive. If you do that same equation with Microsoft, so you have you have 10 million. You have 10 million or whatever the case is. If you do that same equation, but it scales up. Like the more you have, it's not going to be 1-to-1 anymore. The equation gets worse.
I know it'd never be, but still, if you got 90 million out there, you would think that number would be close to 40 or 50, at least.
Well, I mean, the last time
but
they gave us
you
an
keep in
update
mind
was
too
like
that
in the middle of the
Microsoft,
year.
being that they allow you to share Xbox Live as well as games. How many people, like out of the 38 million Xboxes out there, and out of those people that have Xbox Live, how many of them are sharing them? So how many people actually pay for Xbox Live?
You tell me. You tell me.
What is PlayStation Plus for? What is it for?
Well, I ain't just talking about PlayStation, but I'm talking about the getting online thing, the whole just paying for online period.
Yeah, I'm saying like that's PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing with Microsoft. If the game has online, you are required to have Xbox Live, which is what Microsoft wants. You know, that's
right.
You know, Sony gives you an option.
What
where
Royal is saying is that
it's
it's online. It's for online players. Not everybody wants online.
We know already that PlayStation.
I can't hear what nobody's saying.
People who buy PlayStation tend to like single player games, right? Tend to. Like, I'm not saying that they all do, but most of them tend to do that. So a lot of them wouldn't want to even run online. Why? Why would they run online for? Why am I paying for something I'm not using? That's what I'm saying. But what is it for? It's mainly for online. You can miss me with all the free games. It's not free. You pay a service for it. Get the fuck out of here, right? So you just paying to play online. That's what it really is.
Yeah,
if you take that away from PlayStation Plus, I would not have PlayStation Plus at all. Why would I?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you have it because you want to play online. And if you don't want to play online, you don't have it. And the reason why you don't play online is because you own a motherfucking PlayStation where you play single player games. It makes sense, right?
Hey Royal, do you play? Hey Royal, do you have the online for the PlayStation?
Yes, I sure do.
But you only play single player games though.
I didn't say that.
What?
What's the percentage?
I said motherfuckers who don't have it play single player games. I didn't say I play only.
Well, he plays fighting games that requires it.
Yeah.
He don't need cheerleaders, so put your dress away, nigga.
Hey, don't get mad because you got told off. Relax.
But that's always the case though. The return on investment for that is never gonna be like 50%. Like that's not possible. Usually,
hey, look, check this out. Now, I didn't know you needed that to have fighting. So if you don't have that, you can't play a fighting game.
No, I can play with my homie sitting right next to me, but I can't go
that's crazy, bro.
I mean, it's the same way with a shooter. Why would it be any different? I have to go online to play somebody else. I need.
You want to know what you want to know what's fucked up though? Last generation, 360 generation. My friend wanted me to play Gears of War, which has split screen, right? Don't you know I had to sign up and get a fucking free get a subscription, a gold membership to play split screen.
You didn't have to do that. You could have signed in as a guest.
I swear to you.
You did it because you got Banduzo. You didn't have to do that, nigga.
When I say that they said I had to create an online profile because they had to differentiate both of us.
You could have signed in as a guest. That's a reach.
Omega, you triggering the Xbox, nigga.
That's a reach.
Relax.
It's not though. Look it up.
Dude, I had 360. You can sign player 2 in as a guest.
Next topic.
You can, but when you play a game,
you don't have to create nothing. You don't have to create nothing, fam.
Next topic.
Huh? Y'all look.
Next topic.
Sometimes you find so much shit to lie about, you get caught.
Oh Jesus!
No, see, that's what it is. He's such a hater for the Xbox. He's such a hater for the Xbox, and sometimes he get caught on his own shit.
I don't get the Xbox crowd, cause like niggas get mad. Y'all niggas get mad. When I was on Weapon Wheel the other day, niggas be getting mad. You say one thing, then niggas get so angry.
We not turning into smooth on this subject. It's just the fact that you don't have to create anything.
These niggas is sensitive. I don't even think I said nothing yet. All I said was, "Hey, about Xbox." He said, "What, Mr. Motherfucker?" I'm like, God.
We ain't turning into the best spot in here.
Hey, I thought I was Mr. Motherfucker, but all right.
Yeah, man.
Let my nigga explain himself. Fuck that shit.
Can I say it?
Oh my God.
Why y'all punk ass niggas cheering that shit on? Niggas over there like
Oh,
beat live
shit.
and shit. All right, look.
What was your name on Silver then?
Silver.
Yeah, because he said he had to create a profile.
You talking about that?
Oh,
Josh. Josh said he had to
like
create
I
a
said,
profile.
if anything changed, don't forget that was back in 2000 and what? 11.
Oh,
2005, the guest profile has been on there. What did you talk
I
about?
said 2011. Okay, so there's a guest profile, but what I'm telling you is, unless there was a way of circumventing it, I didn't know how to do it. It required a gold mission, which I signed up.
You can go on right now. You can go on right
If you're
now.
gonna sit there and laugh about it, let me finish. I didn't pay for it. I just signed up for the 7-day thing.
Hater.
Or whatever they had back
So
then.
when you create a profile, yes, that's what you have to do. But you didn't have to do that, is what I'm trying to tell you. You could have signed in as a guest.
Hey, he didn't. He's just talking shit because he a hater.
Hey,
I'm not a hater for you dumping like you guys are dumping money into shit that come on, I ain't hating on that shit. I have games to play. I have games to play though. I got games to play though. I don't have to rely on like multiplayer games that I could have played anywhere. I got games to play, so I'm not worried about that.
Niggas hate when Soulja Boy get his money, but Microsoft will fuck y'all in the ass all day. It's all fucking great.
Yeah, it's true.
What are you talking about? I play on everything, right? PC.
They laughed himself in the ass by saying that.
Man, next topic. Shit, next fucking topic. Nigga, I'm making our guests feel fucking off right now.
You see, you talk about Sony and they gonna go to the next topic.
Rumor has it. Sony PlayStation sold 90 million.
Congratulations.
Nintendo Switch sold 25 million.
Fake news.
Is it fake or real?
Fake.
I think the Nintendo numbers are real, and I think that I think the 90 million we do gotta wait for the NPD, but I'm pretty sure it's real because the last update was at 88 million, and I think through the holidays worldwide, PlayStation could have easily sold over 2 million. You gotta think about it. It's not just the United States. Most people think of these sales, they look in the United States. We talking about the Christmas holiday. Everywhere around the world, they sold an additional 2 million. That's possible.
Yeah, maybe.
Do we have any rebuttals?
I do. You guys got profit sharing that shit?
Nigga, shut your jealous ass up. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought they were sitting on 93 million by now.
Nigga, you always counting up bigger numbers than what they are. Nigga, shut it. Your ass up.
What the fuck they're doing, man?
I think that's PlayStation's fault. I think that's PlayStation and Sony's fault for not keeping it in stock during Black Friday. If they would have kept the PS4 Slim in stock, that Spider-Man $200 bundle, if they would have kept it in stock a lot longer, they would have clearly been working.
Yeah, they would have clearly been.
They walking out of the GameStop line because they didn't have no more Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, bro, that shit was gone so fast. It was crazy, man. That shit was just gone.
I'm surprised Microsoft didn't capitalize, but
said Royal and I had to get ours online.
Yeah. And when I hopped on, the only place left I could pick it up is at Best Buy. Everywhere else was sold out. And it's
Best Buy.
Like 30 minutes later, it was all sold out at Best Buy too. Some wild shit.
That was crazy. You know what? On Black Friday of all these shopping carts full of PS4s.
I mean, you in the 80 millions and your shit's still selling out. Why would you go third party? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, people want your shit. Like, regardless, people want their shit. Like, and they want 2 of them and 3 of them even. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga. Watch when the Death Stranding version come out. Wait till the Last of Us motherfucking PlayStation come out. Ooh. Oh God.
Wait a minute, was that for both of them? Was that for the regular PlayStation and the PlayStation Pro?
One was 200 and the Pro was 350, I think, someplace.
Yeah, they had the Pro. I thought they had the Pro Spider-Man too. Yeah.
But there was a point, I believe, where they were short on the Pros as well, because remember, GameStop was trying to get people to trade in their Pros, trying to get them to trade in their Pros for Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. The Pro came out before Black Friday, and motherfuckers pre-ordered it completely before Black Friday even started. Like, I came to pick my shit up on Black Friday.
It seemed like it seemed like everything Sony touched video game wise that's hardware they winning on. I mean VR, like they said in the chat, VR is killing VR. They came out late and then already they the best VR and the most highest selling VR.
They was also the cheapest. They was also the cheapest.
Hey,
nonetheless, so it's Sony, and I said it a million times.
Because the Vive and the Oculus was $500 off of
for no reason. For no reason.
The computer with it too.
Not
If
only
Sony
that,
had not got involved in VR would have died.
You got to consider this too. All you need to play PlayStation VR is a PlayStation. All you need to play a fucking Rift is a strong ass fucking system.
No, you don't need to worry.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
A mid tier can run Rift because I got Rift. I got a mid tier PC and run Rift.
How much is that mid tier gonna cost you? You know what I mean? If you don't have neither, if you starting from scratch, are you?
Yeah, if you're a PC, I mean, if you're a PC gamer and you like VR, then
you already in there.
If you a PC gamer, then you can eat a dick. Fuck y'all space bar pressing that mouth.
Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
Plug your mouse in the back ass niggas.
Yeah, Sony capitalized on that though, because they had to sell the console. They brought the console, so they were going to capitalize on that.
I'm saying, right? If you're not like hip to all this bullshit, right? If you just a layman and you heard about VR, you be like, man, I want to try VR out. Are you gonna like the introductory price, right? Are you gonna spend about $300 for a PlayStation plus another $3 something for the VR, or you gonna spend about a stack for the, you know what I'm saying, for the PC?
With the PlayStation VR, mostly everybody had a PS4.
Right, and that's
all they needed was the VR headset.
Yeah,
right now, if you capitalize on that,
if you catch the PS4 on sale and you catch the VR on sale, you can get both of them. If you catch them both on sale for $400 or $450, that's both getting the VR and a console for the price of one of their headsets. Like again, if Sony had not got involved in VR, it would have died.
It's not Sony's fault that they built a better VR.
Get out of here with that.
Their VR is not their fault
that they built a cheaper version.
Their VR is not better, but it's affordable.
No,
because I got the VR on the PC and I got the VR on the PS4.
They built a VR. Damn it, nigga! They built a motherfucking VR at the right price. That's what they did.
That don't make it better. That make it affordable.
It make it better. It make it better because it sold more.
It don't make it better.
It make it affordable. So people that interested in VR that don't want to buy a PC can get an affordable VR headset.
I just want to know.
How is the VR on PC better than the PlayStation one?
Did you see the
more responsive? When you look at the actual game through an Oculus or a Vive headset, the game looks totally better.
Way better.
Okay, way better.
You didn't even have the damn headset on. Talking about some way better. Did you have it on? When did you have it? Let me see the receipts.
Hey, no. My question is this: so y'all back to the power is better.
Who you talking about, Josh?
Which one has more?
Yeah, who you talking about, motherfucker?
Hold on, fuck that. Hear me, nigga. Are you motherfuckers telling me that the PC version got more games than the PlayStation version?
Yes.
Is that what y'all telling me?
Yes.
No,
it does. You sure?
It has more games. It has more games. I promise you, it does.
How many VR games PlayStation got?
Roughly 200, I believe.
How many games PC got?
Roughly 500 or 400.
PC games. I was talking to Diver, by the way. PC games have a lot of like indie shit.
You were telling Diver what, nigga? Hold on. What were you telling? You were telling.
I want to see the receipts.
Hold on.
Diver.
Hey, you were telling
that VR. That's all I want to see. Where the VR set?
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hey, Diver, wait next, nigga. This is the Round Table Podcast.
Nigga, I haven't said shit this whole time.
Nigga, what the fuck? We checking receipts like we do at the Round Table.
Okay, so let me tell you. Let me show you my receipts. Let me show you my receipts. I played on both at Best Buy, nigga. So fuck you.
That ain't the question.
I owe both.
No, he was just talking to Josh, bro. He was just talking.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
I wanted to interrupt for a second on the what is it? We're talking about VR. Well, remember Microsoft was gonna jump in, but Sony blew up too much. So y'all remember the Microsoft HoloLens?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's still $3,000.
I know. I'm waiting for it to
They
come
also
out.
canceled that.
They didn't
They
blow
also
up
canceled
more.
that.
It
They
was just
canceled
that they
And
wasn't going to
then-
make no money off of that shit. So they were like, fuck it.
After the HoloLens, they did have some prototype VR headsets, but they never went forward with that. But they had
No, because they weren't going to
they
make no
had
money.
the power to do it because they had
They weren't going to make no money off of that. When they saw that Sony wasn't making as much money as they thought they were like, nah, I ain't doing that shit.
I
I'm
agree.
not even going to pull the trigger.
That because of the slow start that the PSVR had, that's why Microsoft backed out, because they was running their mouth about that high fidelity VR. And I think that when the PlayStation VR first launched at $500, it got off to a slow start. So,
and by the way,
that goes back to me saying that Microsoft want that drug money. They want that shit that where it want $8 trillion over 3 days. If it don't happen, Microsoft don't want to touch it.
And by the way, Diver and Big Money, I was trying to play multiplayer with the split screen, and they wouldn't allow me to do it. You can do it locally, but you can't do multiplaplayer.
Nigga.
That's documented.
Yes,
I'll send the receipts. I'll send the receipts.
You can sign in as a guest.
I'll send the receipt. I'll send the receipt. Back in probably in 2012, you couldn't. I'll send the receipts.
Get out of here with your bullshit.
I'll send the receipts. I'll send the receipts in the Twitter chat.
When you sign in as a guest, when both of y'all get in Call of Duty, both of y'all
I'll send the receipts in the Twitter chat. Then you can see for yourself. I pulled that up. I got the receipts. Don't worry.
The guest person would be fucking the same name.
You know how you tell.
Hey, I want to ask.
You can't rank up. You can't rank up, so you can't play multiplayer. You need to have some sort of rank.
Split screen on it as a guest.
Why are all y'all niggas talking at the same time? And now one of you fuck niggas.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You even got the horse talking shit. You got the horse talking shit.
Hey, JayTech, you got a VR?
Me, nah. That fuck with my eyes too much. So I
I'll be right back.
Diver.
It's always Tay.
Okay.
That fucks with his diabetes.
I mean, turn that damn furnace off. Whoever that is.
Somebody lit a fire under that nigga.
Yeah, they're actually still coming out with another HoloLens. There's a version 2 coming out this year, but I don't know if it'll come.
For three.
What the fuck you say?
For 3 racks, they
you're
can keep
saying,
it.
fucker. But there you go. Shit happens.
Daily base.
Don't wait till next generation to cop that VR. Get it now. It's really affordable now. Next time you catch one on 200 for sale on $200, get it now. You know,
I say don't do it.
Amazing games. Those are system sellers.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I would not do it. I would not do it because. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you a rumor that I heard.
Oh God! Fuck this fucking guy, man.
Tell you a rumor that I heard. Since we talking about rumors and speculations and shit.
You like chocolate brownies?
No, I like your mom with a chocolate brownie on top of her though, nigga. Fuck you.
That means you still like chocolate brownies though, nigga. You didn't.
Well, that would be hard because my mom died 2 years ago. So
Oh my God! What the fuck?
Well, that's gonna be a smelly ass chocolate brownie then, but I'm still gonna eat it.
All right, what you were saying, Diver?
Fuck ass nigga.
What I said.
No, he was trying to explain to somebody why they shouldn't get a VR. Enlighten.
No, yeah, because they're coming out with a new one. They're coming out with a better model.
Man, that's like saying never get consoles because they're coming out with a new one.
That's what you say all the time, though.
I'm just saying, nigga. That's what you saying. Like you saying.
Okay,
like,
the game. What games right now are good with that shit? I mean, what's a real good game that you can play on that?
Firewall, Astrobot, Beat Saber, Creed,
Farpoint,
Moss,
Farpoint.
Hold on. Who said Farpoint?
I said Farpoint.
Nigga, do you got a VR, nigga? Do you got a VR?
Yes, I do.
I have VR. Yes, I have VR.
Hey, I wasn't talking to your William Wallace ass, nigga. Relax. I was talking to Big Money. First of all those games are ass.
Hey, how you know?
No, they not, nigga.
If you ain't got one, you an Xbox nigga.
They all ass. They all ass.
Have you played them?
Because just like you guys, I watch YouTube. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but it's not the same. You've got to experience it for yourself.
Yeah, it is.
He said he experienced it at Best Buy. That's what he said. That's
I did. I
receipts.
would. Hey, I put it on. I
guess.
put it on Best
I
Buy.
need to
I didn't
explain
buy it.
guess.
Super Lucky's Tales. You are missing out if you don't play Super Lucky's Tales.
Nigga, you know what? Let me tell you something. Hey, you can go back. You can go back to and listen to every fucking podcast we've been on, and this big motherfucker always talking about Super Lucky's tail. What happened, man? Did that tail touch your booty or something? Why you so mad at Super Lucky tail?
Lucky's trash.
Why you? I haven't even played it, but you
Super
always talking
Lucky's
shit about it.
Hey,
Look,
hey, Super
I
Lucky
bought.
is the next new game coming out.
Hey, look, I went, and I tested out the VR. I did not like it. I didn't buy it. The games are not worth it. Now, when the games start coming out like that movie did,
but Super Lucky's is worth it.
Nigga, I never bought Super Lucky, you dumb motherfucker. How many times I gotta tell you?
You did get State of Decay, fuck nigga. You did do that.
State of Decay was free. State of Decay was free.
That shit was.
I would not have Lincoln Slander.
What you mean is
a Nintendo game? All right.
What you wouldn't have Lincoln what?
I would not have that fucking upcoming Nintendo
Hey,
game
look,
like that.
look, Diaper, check this out.
Man, Lincoln ain't shit. Nigga, I killed that nigga.
Diaper, when I had my VR, the thing wasn't with my VR thing, bro. My motherfucking stomach, I thought my stomach was going to be able to handle that shit, bro. That's the only thing. Once they get that right, bro, they going to take off.
No, just look, you got to get your VR legs under you. In the meantime, just drink ginger ale before you play it.
Yeah.
Oh, so now you got ginger ale before you play the VR. So you say, so when you buy VR, you gotta buy a case of ginger ale and shit. That's what you say?
I gotta drink ginger ale before I play an Xbox.
Hey, how come PlayStation don't give out the ginger ale for free then?
Oh shit, this thing crazy.
Xbox ain't giving away Fortnite for free.
Hey, why ain't Xbox giving out games? Just games.
I'm waiting for Xbox to give us out pillows.
I'm waiting for you to learn how to speak English, motherfucker.
What's the next topic?
For real.
Yeah, Mexicans. God damn, Mexicans always ruin shit.
I don't believe, by the way, I don't believe that they did 90 million until it comes out. I don't believe they
But they
did.
somewhere around that number. They close to 90. I think they close to 90.
I think they exceeded it, but I need to see the numbers. I don't like. Where did you guys get those numbers?
I don't know where they.
Hey, what's the next topic? What does JTech have to say on this? Because y'all niggas ain't letting them talk, man.
You ain't letting them talk.
Shut your ass up and go do some steroids.
Hey, look, let me ask y'all a question right quick, but with the popularity of how the PS4 is right now, do you think that will outshine the popularity of the PS2? I don't know. I know it's not going to reach it in numbers.
It's possible.
Hey, let JTech answer that one first.
I think that's real possible. I mean, like I say, we're looking at 90 million. I mean, they could announce the sales. It could be 90.4. It could be 91.2. It doesn't matter. We're looking at 90 million, and we saw that they can easily do 20 million in a year. Okay, with the right games, they can sell 20 million. So it's a given they're going to hit 100 million. So, and they're not done yet. You know, we're looking at probably, if I think everything is correct, The Last of Us 2 coming out in 2020, the beginning. And then maybe Ghost of Tsushima also gets pushed back to next year. You know, we have a good amount of games to still come out this year to push the system. You know, at the end of the year, you're looking at PlayStation Experience and, you know, Black Friday, all of that shit. It's gonna.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have very long legs. You know?
When do you think the PS5 coming out? Because I always said they know
next year.
Next year.
November. Yeah.
November 2020.
I mean, this generation's over, man. Like anybody that think it's not over, it's over. I know you heard that Pelofi Digital, the makers of Gran Turismo, brought a new studio in Japan. Like, I mean, they're doing certain things. Like I
didn't hear that.
Believe that there's not enough time to put out a game this gen. That means it's coming out for next year. You know,
Josh, what you say? You didn't hear what?
That Sony bought that Polyphony opened up another studio out there.
I heard a rumor like that.
I heard about ray tracing, but not that.
I actually heard a rumor about release dates. I heard that Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding is coming out this year, but Last of Us 2 will not. It will come out next year.
I would love for Ghost of Tsushima to come out. I saw it that was one of the type of titles that they've been trying to market for this year. So hopefully that's true.
I hope so.
But if it does get pushed back, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you think any of those games would be cross-gen?
Yeah,
of course. All of them could be cross-gen because I think they're not gonna.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? I'm sorry to cut you off, man, but this is kind of important about that subject. So recently, there was like Sony was doing patents to basically automatically make a throwback game look better as soon as you throw it into the PS5. Supposedly, that was the shit that came out, right? So if we was to believe that, it means all game will be backward compatible. Assuming why else would they do that unless it's for backward compatibility? If that's the case, would it really be necessary to be cross-gen? Because if a game's going to be looking good on a PS5 automatically, if it's a PS4 game, then they wouldn't even have to remaster it, right?
Well, you know what, LB, what I meant by cross-gen, I was saying more in terms of when it does. Well, you know we're going to be at odds with this because I think that the PlayStation 5 is coming out in November of 2019 this year. So when I said that cross-gen, I meant in a way when it does come out the day one, it's going to be on both systems. On the PS4, yeah, that's what I meant.
I mean, I guess I'm just saying though, if it's also backward compatibility, like you know what I mean, it's backward compatible, it wouldn't really matter. Like it would just be out. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And whatever system you playing it on, it'll run that game to the best of its ability. Because if you buy it digitally and you re-download it on the PS5, what's that supposed to mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't even know if they're gonna even go that route. They might go the route of just remastering shit again, like they did this generation. They made a lot of money off remastering.
Well, they did that with The Last of Us. So when you got out in the PlayStation 3, but then they remastered it for PlayStation 4.
Yeah, a year later, right?
That's a good way to make some extra money.
I mean, the games are basically kind of like real close to 4K, so I guess maybe frame rate would be 60, 4K, and high-res textures would be a remaster, I guess.
I feel like if you do a remaster, you got to add extra content. Like you know what I mean? It just
I would like it, but I doubt it. You know,
because like I look at it like this: if Ghost of Tsushima, let's just say that the PS5 is out, and you have the PS4 and the PS5, and Ghost of Tsushima come out, right? And then it say on the Pro it's 60, but it got that dynamic stuff. But when on the PS5 it's 60 and it's full 4K. I'm pretty sure everybody in here would go for the straight. If you have the PS5, you're gonna buy the version of the PS5 one. If they do it like that, because I'm pretty sure everybody else gonna go for the high. You know what I'm saying? So,
PlayStation 5 day one. So,
yeah, that'll be day one. But
let me ask y'all this, right? Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think going from PS5 to PS4 is like going from PS1 to PS2, or it's going to be like PS2 to PS3?
Oh, that's a hard.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because
I think this one's going to be a jump.
Change for 2 to 3 is a crazy change. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a hard one right there. That's a hard question.
I think it's going to be a big jump.
Really? I don't think real talk. I don't think so because how better could it be? You know what I mean? Because 2 to 3.
It's got to be better. It's got to be better than the X. That's number one.
Well, of course.
So
it has to be.
So then it's got to be a bigger jump. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would think there'd be the difference between like a PlayStation 4 to the Xbox One X. That's what I think the difference is going to be. They would have to go to frame rates because everything that they're doing now, it can't.
Xbox One X got the same frame rates as goddamn PS4, if not worse.
No, it's better. Eat a dick.
What? They got the same fucking Jaguar shit. What are you talking about, bro? The base PS4?
I said PlayStation 4, not Pro, but 4.
Oh, okay, nigga. Still, nigga. Crazy.
Look, you can't say shit about PlayStation. Hey,
nigga, I almost smoothed you, nigga. I almost smoothed. Just now, Mr. Motherfucker. Nigga said it's right.
Hey, Lincoln. Hey, I got a question. I got a question for Lincoln.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Lincoln.
when we doing t-shirts, man? We gotta do a Mr. Motherfucking t-shirt.
Yeah, what question you got for me, man?
Hey, did you see that movie Ready Player One?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, you gotta watch. Since you went to VR, you gotta watch that. When the VRs come out like that, that's when I'm jumping into VR, nigga.
Yeah, that's a good movie, bro. Y'all need to see that.
I low-key still haven't seen it, and my girl was trying to have me see it. She's like, "You a gamer? You know you want to see it." I'm like, "Bitch, fuck you! Don't know me."
Hey, that's the way gaming should be. No platforms. We're all gonna be playing on one thing.
Did you just assume my hobby, bitch?
Yeah,
I play games, not watch game movies.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't watch movie of games. My whole life ain't games.
There's quite a lot of.
Hey, but the thing is, when you go in, hold on. What I like is when you get into the VR, right, and you go into this world, it'll show you games. It's got the God of War. Hold on, nigga, damn.
But I'm saying,
it's got the God of War. Oh, come on, nigga, I'm talking, nigga. Fuck you mean?
Go ahead.
I was just saying one of the reasons why I like the game, because it shows, like, you know how there is no PlayStation, no Xbox. You just put on a VR, and you got God of War over there, you got motherfucking Halo over there, you got Minecraft, everything's in one, and you as a person could go into any one of these and play the game with your boys or anything like that. It's an awesome game. I like it.
So this VR.
It's VR.
I know. So who's making all the money?
Who made it? Microsoft made it, nigga.
Yeah, right. You stupid.
Hey, look, in the Oasis, you can be whoever you want to be. If you want to be Master Chief, if you want to be Super Lucky Tails, you can be Super Lucky Tails in there.
Nah, man, everything is suspect now. Hey, in fact, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas right now, even y'all niggas in the chat, if you got a girl, stay with her, nigga. Motherfuckers is getting good. I saw a video, nigga, and it was the nigga. I know y'all heard about the nigga that came through beating up GameStop and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he called him a dude, even though he looked exactly like what they say in the chat. Colt Eastwood. He did look like Colt Eastwood, low key. If you look at him, he look like Colt Eastwood. He really did.
Oh, you talking about that dude that tried to get his money back for that PlayStation game? I saw that one.
Yeah. That nigga came over there kicking shit, and he came back and said, "You called me a man," or some shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga.
He told me it was a woman. The woman said, "Settle down." He was like, "Shut up, bitch, before I phoned you." I was like, damn.
That shit was hilarious, right?
Hey, but that's a dude, though.
Hey, so
that's why
it's a training.
No. Check this shit.
That's the man, baby.
It was a video that popped up in my shit, right? After watching that shit, it was a video of this black chick, and the title was "Before He Knew I Was Transgender." Now look,
damn.
This bitch, stay with your girl. These bitches they tricky now, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga, I clicked the video. Hold on, I clicked the video. I clicked the video just to hear the voice. Even the fucking voice was on point. That shit, I hugged the shit out of my girl after that. I was like, I'm staying with you for life, bitch. Whatever you do, cheat, whatever. Nigga. Cause like
it's real to feel, bro.
Nigga, I don't even want to say it was pretty. I don't want to say that. I feel funny saying this shit like that.
Out here fucking with Transformers.
It just shit. Like a woman. Nigga, like 100%. Look. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all niggas just how scary life is right now. Hold on, nigga.
No, I don't want to see.
Hey, show that link. I want to see.
God, that shit scared the life out of me, my nigga. I'm like, nah, nigga, no.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Thrash, is that one that starts talking like a girl and then she be like, "Bitch, you got me fucked up"? No, that's not that one.
No, nigga. And what make it crazy is, you know how like, no disrespect to niggas who go that way, right? But you know how the niggas be extra as fucking shit. They shut your weird ass. You know, they be super extra with it. Nah, this motherfucker had that game 100% down, nigga. Like mannerisms, everything like a female. I'm telling my girl, I'm like, hell no, nigga. I'm like, nigga, you cheat, whatever. I'm staying with you, bitch. Or we both go. Nigga,
I had my nigga with me, bro. Like, I've been this one of my main niggas out here on the street, bro. This nigga, we was arguing, bro. Riding down the street, he's like, man, let me go holler at Shorty, man. I was like, that's not no Shorty, bro. Man, we was arguing for hours over it. When we rolled up on, he's like, man, that's a fucking girl. So I said, fuck it. I turned around. He went out there and he said, hey, baby, what's up? He said, what's up, baby? I was like, I told you, nigga. I told you, bro. This ain't no.
Hey, I don't got no issues against whatever lifestyle you choose. But once you start tricking niggas,
shit, nigga, they doing that. They doing Houdini's out this bitch, bro. Like,
no, you're gonna have to really start asking. I seen this on Six Show, yo. You're gonna have to start asking for baby pictures. I want to see you when you was like 5, just to make sure.
I need to check pH balances, nigga. Like, you got me fucked up.
Yeah, man.
I just want to know. I just want to know why Leaky Clay so quiet in this subject, though.
Nigga, you was quiet.
I said these filters ain't helping either, man. Motherfuckers can look like anything with these filters.
How you questioning me when you sit at the table and eat, hot
Look
butter?
at you stuttering ass. You stutter. You like that shit, don't you?
Get the fuck out of here.
But these filters are out of control, man.
Trying to stick his head up a horse's ass, talking about.
I was 5 years old, nigga. Fuck out of here. You over here working with girls.
Also, you acknowledge you trying to stick your head in the horse's ass, though.
I was 5. Hey, don't blame me for being 5.
It's inappropriate for a dude to assume a motherfucker agenda and call him the sir, right? But let's say a motherfucker like what Thrash was talking about, old Decepticon ass bitch, where they transform to whale, right? And then they don't tell you, right? And then they finally tell you, and is that like disrespectful to that dude as a male, as a man who want to fuck a bitch, and he found out
if you don't look like a girl, if you don't look like a girl,
sensitive.
You know what?
If you don't look like a girl, don't get mad.
If you don't know, and you looking at a bitch and you want to take her down, and you don't know it's really a dude. You already had like them thoughts though, nigga. Like you already like, ooh, I'm gonna smash that.
But you were saying that.
But then you gotta take all that. It's like,
I was saying.
Hey, let me ask you this question. I got a question.
He said, "What the fuck did I come back to?" Real shit though.
Hey, nigga. What if? Okay, Thrash. Hold on. What if you meet this girl at the bar? You take her to the crib. You slobbing down everything. Once you drop the pants and you see that wink. What do you do?
No, you got me fucked up, man. I ain't kidding, nigga. I'm with my girl for life. I'm not dealing with no problems, nigga. I'm getting married. I'm gonna give that bitch to Reen tomorrow.
Can that go 45 minutes of Afro Man song, please?
Hey, man, what's the name of this show? What's the name of this show?
Don Pussy.
The Talking Chinese podcast, nigga. That's what it is right now, nigga.
I know Jay like that. Yeah, what the fuck?
Let me show y'all this shit, cuz. Y'all got me fucked up, nigga. I'm not insane.
Nah, I don't want to see all that.
Hey, close your eyes, nigga.
It's the first day of the year.
Nigga. I was like, hold on, cuz that look like a chick, though. What the fuck is this? That look like a chick, like the teeth, everything. Nigga.
They be like, what's the difference? No, you still got a Y in your chromosome. I can't fuck with you.
Killing me, bro. I'm like, God, no. Like, like I said, I don't got no problems with it. I'm just saying, nigga, you niggas better start taking pH balances.
Look, look at her throat. You can't even see the atom.
You can't see nothing. You can't see nothing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That shit crazy. They got surgery for all that shit, bro.
But that does look weird.
And the voices, everything is on point. I'm like, oh, God damn.
No,
like,
that still looks weird as fuck, though. But damn, I mean.
Yeah, but you see,
shit, you wouldn't even be able to.
Yeah, exactly. Cause like you can see that, man, like it's fire.
Nigga, that's a girl. That's a girl, nigga.
It's not a girl.
It's a man that turned into a girl.
Hey, not a girl.
Yo, hit her up and ask her to take her panties off. I'm not willing to take that bet. I ain't willing to take that bet. If she's saying she's transgender, that's a transgender.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not taking no chances. I'm not. Hey, look at Cole Eastwood.
Hey.
Hey, do we gotta do it again? Do we gotta do the side by side comparison?
Oh no,
No, we got guests. We got guests. I don't want to, you know. They got guests and shit. I don't want to do too much.
Warning before you.
The first of the year too.
Look at this. Hey, look how he pacing.
This nigga don't even look like a girl.
That's a man with a pink shirt on. Look at
this nigga, cuz like he got pink shoes and bell bottoms.
Tight ass pants.
Voice didn't even change or nothing.
That nigga look like he'll arm wrestle everybody in this panel right now, my nigga, and win. Nigga, this motherfucker.
Why the back of his knees wore out, yo? Why the back of his knees wore out? This horse nigga, yo. Why is that wore out? Hey,
look how the motherfucking clerk look. This nigga looking super confused. Like, what do I do in this situation? They didn't train me for this. None of that.
You have to hear how he was talking. He was so confused, man. He was confused like a motherfucker.
He was scared. He was like, sir, ma'am, I need you to calm down. He was like, you did it again. That was old.
I am a transgender woman.
He gonna leave and then come back like they kicking shit. He gonna turn back around like.
Hey, she damn near burned the door down when she left.
Nigga, nigga. She like, what's the manager number?
Bro, hey, that looked like a soccer player when they screaming at the ref.
Hey, that dude look like Cody Smith, though. My mama.
Yeah,
damn.
Hey, but look,
that's how manly that shit looked.
Hey, the person who was filming this shit was scared as fuck.
He said that shit. Hide behind the fucking counter, yo.
Hey, he gonna stop filming him. When he walks back, he don't want him to see him with the phone, so he gonna stop filming him. Watch, like he gonna put the phone like.
Hey, it's motherfuckers at GameStop right now, staking motherfuckers out at GameStop.
Yeah, oh shit, let me put the phone down. Put the phone down. Like,
yeah, he gonna get fucked up.
Nigga, that's crazy, bro. Look at the shoes. Hey, no, not the kicks. No.
We ain't got no other subject though. I mean, no other topic.
No, I'm just tricking up the kicks. I mean, this nigga came outside with that on, nigga, like the bell bottoms.
Is them pink ones? Were them some pink ones? Or them pink Max?
He not even dressed like a girl that much though. Okay, like he just got on pink shoes. Like I'm gonna go outside with pink shoes.
Man.
I'm just saying.
I don't think
that was a poor ass attempt, yo.
It just look like you wearing medium. Just get some bigger clothes.
Nigga, I mean, hey, niggas nowadays wear tight clothes now. Like it's like this nigga look like a regular ass crazy nigga. That's
regular
it. Like,
dude.
He didn't even put no fake titties on. No fake titties on or nothing. That nigga just like, why'd you call me a man? I'm like, nigga, because you dress and look like a man. You look like motherfucker got eyeliner on. You're like, nigga, you look like Chris Angel. Nigga, like the fuck.
Dude still be like, sir, because your forearm bigger than mine, sir.
He got his sleeve. Nigga got his sleeves rolled up. His sleeves rolled up and everything. Like females don't look like
a quarterback in high school and shit like this.
This is crazy, my nigga.
Motherfucker looking ass.
Man,
I'm like, what female look like you? So I would have been like, what female look like you? You're gonna have to point them out. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Wide ass shoulders and shit.
Motherfuckers get mad at the dumbest of shit, my nigga. It don't make sense.
He was mad as hell, yo. I'm like, yo,
man. Like, I mean,
at least put some makeup on so you can kind of insinuate that you're trying to be one. Like, I don't even know what the fuck you supposed to be. You put on some pink shoes. I'm supposed to
dress for us to take you seriously.
Motherfucker might as well have some cleats on, my nigga. Like, you might as well have walked in there with some motherfucking cleats. Like, I'm saying, like.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all better not go to GameStop by y'all stuff no more. I'm telling you, better go with your girl or something.
All I'm saying is, the moral of the story is, there are some bad ones, and then there are some that look like bitches. Hold on to your girl, or make sure you got a pH balance tab, or some kind of ear. Like, check the earwax, cuz. Check the earwax. Nigga, just go to a bitch and be like, boo.
No, I think the biggest problem, honestly, is them damn filters, yo.
Yeah. I told you, man. Them fucking filters, man.
Hey, folks, I'm gonna take off. I'm about to go fuck with some firewall before I go to bed.
You start talking about trends or
right, man, we go ahead and get this outro in. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Lincoln Clay. We had a good podcast tonight. You know, shout out to the guest, JayTech. Thanks for coming through. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out.
See you later.
All right.
All right.
Hey, how can we start talking about men looking like girls? He gotta leave right away.
Hey, nigga, I'm gonna go check some pH balances real quick. Get over there, man. Double check. Yeah, double check this shit, nigga.
What's wrong with that?
Hey, Corey said, "What are those, nigga?" What are those?
Like, yo,
Niggas gotta be suspect when he
show me.
Nigga, all I know.
He like, did this bitch show me some baby pictures? Does it exist? Hold up.
I need to see your birth certificate.
Nigga, let me see your high school picture. No, not even high school. Oh, girl said she was in high school. Nigga, that one. High school status. Nigga.
Hey.
No, she said when she was in high school, that's when she had that story. I'm like,
Damn, pussy.
High school.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I need to see your birth certificate.
Nigga,
That's the only way.
Yeah.
I need to see your birth certificate. You know, where it says.
Hey, are you a driver license? Do you gotta put what you are on driver license or what?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
No, you do, but you can say what you want to say apparently, as long as you got the documentation. So you can't even do that either.
Yeah, on the shit, you can say what you say, and they just put it on there.
Oh yeah, nah, fuck that.
I'm gonna put you know what? I'm gonna put I'm an Indian on there, and I dare somebody to say something.
The feathers or the dot in here.
I'm like, I identify as an Indian.
hey, give my taxes right, nigga. Let me not pay no taxes, nigga. I identify as Indian, nigga.
They gonna look at you like, word? I thought
Wow.
They be like he crazy. I'm like, no, I mean apparently that's the new wave. Shit. I can talk like this. You can put it to make it.
Right? We just do that now.
Whatever race we want to be.
We don't do that now. Like that's just. I don't feel like being this no more. And hey, that was that white lady who you said she said that she grew up like saying that she was black, like she thinks she's black, so she like did the thing. Rachel Green.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Everybody thought she was black.
We could do that now.
Hey,
real talk. I'm better at being black than she is, and I don't even feel like being black. I know I'm Asian. I like being Asian, but I'm better at being black than her.
I'm giving props though. You're talking about the NCAA chick, right? Or whatever she was.
Yeah.
I'll give her this though.
Her mom's and pops snitched on her.
Hell yeah, she was super white, man. She was super white. She looked like she was mixed. She made it mixed.
And they felt right. And they felt right. Her name is Rachel Green. This doesn't black belt. My name is Q, bruh. Like it's going down. Like if I was black, my name's already in there. I sound like I'm supposed to have 2 baby mamas already. My name is Q. Like, bruh, like call Q real quick. If Q sounds like he has like 2 baby mamas, don't it? Like that's his name, really? Q? Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. Burnt out. Get your outros. We're not even supposed to be here, nigga. We're 2 hours in. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do. I was gonna do that shit. I was gonna do Code Eastwood, bro. I really think I have the perfect video in my head with that nigga prancing back and forth and shit.
Hey, but what happened? Hey, what happened with Carlos? He said something about you. What did he say?
Nah, he was speaking on that black shit, my nigga, like on the racist shit, telling me some bullshit, like telling me I'm bullshitting and lying and black people don't got problems. I'm a color person and there ain't no racism, and I'm like nigga, don't.
He didn't look at he didn't open a newspaper.
Like it's because
don't know how to read, man.
It's just because his boy Ryan made a video on that shit. You know, Ryan and Bond, they like Ryan is it goes like this. You got Bond, and then you got Ryan and Bond dick, and Carlos sucking Ryan dick the exact same way. Ryan sucking Bond. I noticed
he's telling the truth. The nigga Ryan thanked Bond and then the weapon wheel. I mean,
nigga,
how you do that?
Yeah, nigga, that nigga was all texting niggas. Them niggas got each other's phone numbers, texting each other and shit. Like, nigga, like he's here. Like I could tell, nigga. What's the nigga?
He was like, well,
I told that nigga when I was on there. I told Bond, nigga, don't hit my shit up no more, and we good, nigga. That nigga ain't hit my shit up since, nigga. So as long as niggas following directions, I'm good.
Who's Bond?
That was
White Bond.
You ain't. Oh, should we show this nigga? No, I'm not gonna do it.
You might as
I've been
well.
gone for a week. You gotta get me caught up, nigga. What's going on?
Nah, nigga. I don't want to do the same one. We can't do the same shit twice, cause that's shit.
Get offline.
Get yourself back to the couple episodes and have yourself some enjoyment.
Yeah. Go to the episode. I even tagged. I put 2 timestamps.
They're both niggas that ain't married.
Nigga.
Who next on the want to do the outro?
Go ahead, Big Money, do yours.
Hey, this Big Money. Thank y'all for coming out, man. Like always, I love these guys. Make sure y'all check out everybody content. Thanks to family, come join us. I'm supposed to be on Sundays. He got some things going on Sunday. I'm supposed to be going on there with his podcast on Sunday. So make sure y'all come check that shit out. But y'all already know this is my home right here, man. Tuesdays, Fridays, 9:00. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Tech. You the guest. Get your shit in there, bro.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This JayTech, PlayStation gamer. If y'all have me back, I'll gladly be back if I'm not working. But yeah, been nice. Been nice being here.
Yeah, for sure. Good. For sure. Nigga, don't even worry about that. Got you. Go ahead, JDO. Nigga, get your shit.
All right, it's JDO. It's been a good show. Nice, informative.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Make sure you hit that like button.
Oh, go ahead.
And, have a good night.
hey, chat. Y'all niggas know what it is, man. I forgot, nigga. I'm over here. That's like I'm nice or something. It's 2019. Hey, do the vote. Y'all niggas know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to see JayTech back, give him a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Nigga, let us know, man. We'll do what we do. Go ahead, Tay. Do what you do, nigga.
Yeah, Killer Tay 229. Thanks everybody for coming out. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you go on everybody's shit. Subscribe, like every video, even if you don't watch it. And we'll catch y'all Friday.
Hey, Tech, you still got people spying on you and shit, Tech?
Nah, dog.
I don't think so, man. I'm hoping that shit done. It's 2019. I'm hoping all that shit done.
I mean, you low key, called his master a bitch, my nigga, and his master didn't say shit, so he knew his place. It is. Hey, I'm just saying, we played it here. I'm not lying. Like, I'm not making shit up. I'm just saying what I heard. Called that nigga a bitch 3 times. I was like, 3. The third one was like, nigga, you gotta say something. The nigga said nothing. He might as well be like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are you talking about?
Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Right there.
Thank you, Bond. I mean, Weapon Wheel Podcast.
Nigga stupid. Go ahead.
You didn't hear it?
Oh, shit.
I mean, I
said what?
pay attention. You know how they get.
No, I didn't see what. He said what?
Yeah, man. Can't pay attention to exactly what motherfuckers saying. Monotone as fuck out here.
Go ahead and get your outro in there, Rico.
Yeah, man. Run flush, Strickle, Rec Station, get me. We out. Tired as fuck, man. We out.
Okay.
I'll see y'all Sunday. Fuck it. And Friday.
Shit, nigga, my girl, we right on time, nigga. We right on time. Okay, the delegation is giving you thumbs up. I'm seeing thumbs up. Nigga, we saw a grip of thumbs down for our last motherfucking guest. Nigga ain't been back, but you got thumbs up. Tech, I'm surprised actually. Shit. Nigga,
I'm surprised too, since ain't nobody let his ass talk.
Hurry up, Mexican Carlos. Get your outro in there. No, this fuck ass nigga.
Hey, man, call me Carlos again. See if I don't go to your job, nigga, and drink a Pepsi right front, nigga.
Hey, get your outros in there. I'll be right back. Get your outros in there. Me and my girl in the house. Oh shit, my battery low too. Goddamn. Go ahead. Who didn't get the outros in yet?
Everybody. That's me, but I'm taking a shit.
Oh Lord.
All right, give me 1 second. Hey, talk about something real quick. Let me open the door for my girl. Be right back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the outro. You know what I'm saying? He throw the deuces.
He said he taking a shit. That's his outro.
Yeah.
Outro. He let it out. That's his outro.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, no, I took that. Hey, babe, what's that drink I took? What was that called again? My magnesium citrate bullshit. So I've been pissing out my asshole all day.
Oh Jesus,
Oh my
nigga.
god.
That's what I call throwing up from the back.
Word.
I mean, I usually don't like that shit. Only happened to me
Yeah,
after I do enjoyable shit the night before.
No, when you drink a bottle of that shit, nigga, like within an hour, it's just you constantly it's cleaning everything out.
I would never go through some shit like that if I didn't enjoy myself the night before.
That sounds like a Taco Bell.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Well, you got to clean your insides out. I mean, you ain't as old as I am, but once you get my age, you got to keep the pipes clean, baby.
I mean, my shit's not clean food I eat. But,
I mean, you Oriental, so I wouldn't worry too much. You motherfuckers live to be 150.
I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm saying. Yeah.
Asians are awesome.
You know what's crazy about Asian motherfuckers? Like, we don't age until we hit like a certain age.
Exactly. It's like you're like 50 or 60, then you guys get wrinkled the fuck up.
No. It's not 50 or 60. It's more like in the late 60s. Like right before you hit 70, you went from like in your 60s, but you look like you in your 30s, and all of a sudden, as soon as you get your late 60s, you look like you 78.
Word.
Tell that to Kojima.
Quick, but he's still doing it. I'm telling you, once he hit his mid-60s shit, he gonna turn old as fuck. I'm telling you. Look at Jackie Chan, guys. Jackie Chan is like old.
What's that one dude name? Not Jackie Chan.
No, you mean Jet Li. Jet Li.
Yeah, Jackie Chan, they made him look old for that movie.
No, he's old as fuck. Like, just look at Jackie Chan in real life. He's fucking.
Yeah. But Jet Li looked fucked up. Jet Li looked all the way fucked up.
Jet Li got something. I forgot what it was.
I think he had cancer or something, man.
This making him old. This making him age quicker.
He can't do movies no more. Yeah, he dying. Yeah. But he doing better. There's some pictures out there that make him look bad, but it was the lighting, bro. Like some of them, he looked. But I saw that shit. I was like, damn, what's up with my boy, man? So
shit's terrible.
Yeah, that shit hurt. That shit hurt me. That dude's a legend.
Hey, if none of y'all watch that movie, I want y'all to watch it so we can talk about that shit next time.
Hey, nigga, Gordon Liu, nigga, that's the man, nigga.
I got it on Blu-ray. That's a good ass movie.
Who? Which one? Who?
That
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
My only problem with the movie is Nintendo wasn't friendly to the to the producer. They didn't let none of their properties in the movie.
Yeah, that's the only games that weren't there was a fucking Nintendo shit.
Everything Nintendo wasn't there. Like I saw Master Chief and everybody, man.
God of War was in there.
When they act like that, bro, with their properties, man, they don't.
Why do you do that though? Like why?
They stingy, man.
That's
for real.
That's their lifeblood, bro. They don't want nobody making money off their lifeblood, bro. That's literally their lifeblood.
Plus, they got that Mario movie by the who them people to do the Minions movie? They supposed to be making a Mario movie.
Word?
Oh my god, not another Mario smoke. Oh my god.
What's the storyline though?
Oh, okay. I went to the show to see the first one.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many Nintendo fanboys could go watch that damn movie. They don't care if he gonna save the princess no more. They don't care.
Well, they got that Pokemon movie. What is that, Pikachu? Shit.
Yeah. Detective.
Yeah.
Actually, enough. A lot of people hype for that because Ryan Reynolds and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? It's gonna do well, man. It's Pokemon and Ryan Reynolds.
It's gonna do good, man. As long as there's kids in the world and people did buy the shit out of Pokemon and Smash Brothers. That shit
gonna be sold out for a good
little bit. That's incredible how that IP cannot be milked to death, huh? Like,
I'm still surprised how good Venom did, bro.
Venom
was good.
Yeah. It ain't like they haven't tried to milk that motherfucker to death. They just can't do it. That motherfucker's immortal, cuz. Like, Pokemon's fucking immortal, bro. Like, I don't know how they do it. Like, that shit don't die for shit. They milk that motherfucker.
Did anybody see Into the Spider-Verse yet?
I saw that shit.
I was going to see it this weekend. You know, I heard it was
that's a good ass movie and a good soundtrack. Man.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised how good fucking Aquaman was. That shit was real good.
Actually,
I'll probably see it tomorrow.
Aquaman was real good.
I want to ask you this, good as that movie did, I think I asked this on the show last week though. But do you think they're seeing Sony doing an exclusive game for Morales? You think they'll do that?
For who? For what movie?
For Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Oh, I mean, well, damn. Well, you
y'all gonna
already know
ignore that? Y'all gonna ignore that? Y'all didn't hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
No, I heard that. That's why I ain't talking right now. Wait, what? What?
Yo, I'm dying over here. Nigga, I thought I had you guys on mute, my bad.
Oh, man.
We still on air, too.
Yeah, I'm saying, the first one
Shitty boo boo.
What you say, J-Tech, though?
Oh yeah, I think that they gonna do something with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they gonna give him his own game, but I think that the next Spider-Man game is gonna have more of him in it. Because if you play through the Spider-Man game right now we got and play all the DLC, there's a lot of shit that's leading in that direction.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I can see him get his own an hour DLC. That'd be cool. He got his own hour DLC.
You know what I think Miles Morales is there for, and he's gonna have a major portion in the next game. But real talk, I'm feeling co-op. I'm thinking co-op.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Co-op is definitely happening. There's no way it wouldn't. Like 2 Spider-Mans. Like how is it even gonna work? Which one's Spider-Man? Like which one's gonna be called Spider-Man? Like if they in public, what is Spider-Man gonna call the other Spider-Man? You know?
Yeah.
Right? Like there's gotta be like a thing where they're never next to each other for real.
I do gotta say, if you going to see the Spider-Verse, make sure you stay all the way through. They got 3 secret endings, and the last one is real funny. But definitely stay through all that shit because they are not joking about continuing making another, probably a trilogy of the Spider-Man.
I just saw Justice League yesterday too for the first time. I didn't know it came out.
Justice League? Damn. You
yeah,
super
dude. I know. I was because they started putting that shit on Facebook, and I was like, why? I'm like, oh, this movie's gonna be hot. Them niggas, he got in a fight with Wonder Woman, all that. And I told my boys, like, dude, that came out last year, bro. I was like, what? Yeah. So yeah, I checked it out yesterday. Though.
It looked extra fake. Like it had mad. Like the CGI was bad in there, man.
Well, the guy, the guy that made it in the beginning. I think his daughter killed himself, so that's why. Yeah, so that's why somebody else took it over. So that's why kind of like in the beginning is a little bit better than it is towards the end, at least for me.
Shit, we still
did some shit too. Like the guy that did that does Superman or whatever, they CGI'd his mouth because he was doing both movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, but that Aquaman movie, y'all.
Because why?
Yeah, but
he was doing 2 movies.
Real hot.
Yeah, that shit is. Me and the wife went to go see that.
Yeah, Aquaman's good.
Aquaman's really good.
I may see Into the Spider-Verse like tomorrow though. I really wanted to see that shit.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably go see it Thursday or Friday.
But Big Money, you said you can't believe how Venom did or whatever. I mean, it's a popcorn movie, man.
I would redo the whole DC universe.
I think what they should have did with Venom is made sure it was a rated R film because they could have pulled off a lot of good stuff like they did with Deadpool. But making it PG-13, it was a very good movie, but it could have been a little bit better if it had that rated R push.
Yo, that shit had me dying, nigga. I thought y'all didn't hear that. That nigga was like, y'all just gonna fake like y'all didn't hear that.
They did, yo. They kept that shit moving, yo. They kept it moving. They was like, nope. It
we gonna rewind that there. Who the fuck?
Was I the only one that said some shit besides you?
Big Money was like, ew.
What a trash. Hey, you late, nigga. Don't even bother to talk.
You might get your outro in here now.
Shut your pig killing ass up, nigga. I saw you kill that pig for coming out the pig pen, you dumbass nigga.
He'll just respawn, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
What's up, fake?
Hey, I just found out how to get some of my games from Xbox onto the YouTube, so I'm gonna post some games on there.
Damn, you're just figuring that out now?
Warming up.
Yeah, he just figured out that Justin Lee came out a year ago.
You fucking slow ass motherfucker.
Okay, so the DC, all they need to do is just copy the fucking cartoon. That's all they need to do.
Yeah,
You know what? I never understood why it's so hard for them to do movies when you got the source material right there, man.
Yeah.
Like
because they want to do that funny shit. They want to do that funny
but you know what?
shit.
You know what I do like about it is they start the next movie right where the other one left off, and I do like that better.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
you know what? And one of the big problems that I have with Venom is the ending of who is playing the next. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say it if y'all ain't seen it.
Oh yeah.
Are you talking about his hair? You talking about his hair?
You talking about who playing Carnage?
Yeah, Carnage.
You already know that nigga bald in real life, so yeah.
I want to do y'all DC Universe pitch because I'll do my DC Universe pitch, right? If I had the choice of running the DC Universe, I would start the universe in the future. I would start the universe with Batman Beyond, and then have a movie with Batman Beyond, and in the second movie, Bruce Wayne would tell Batman Beyond about the Justice League back in the day. Go back in time.
Hold on.
We still waiting on that Batman movie that Ben Affleck's supposed to be making.
Well, y'all know the deal with that. DC didn't think he was a good fit. Yeah, they didn't think he was a good fit, so they in the process of replacing him.
Yeah,
and
he was Superman, right?
He was a terrible Batman.
Yeah.
Man, who the fuck? Like, see, that's the thing. The cast.
Hey, this is the third time in a row, nigga. We do outros and then do an hour after that, nigga. Like, motherfuckers ain't gonna take us serious when we do outros, y'all.
Hey, but look, I'm looking at the casting. They whoever be casting these movies, they need to get a whole new person because that's the last motherfucker I thought was gonna play Lex Luthor. Like, the last fucker in the world to play Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
That shit threw me for a loop.
Finally, if I cared about the Marvel films.
I think what they need good casting, and they need to do some good ages for those casting because you don't want to have somebody. Let's say like Ben Affleck. Me personally, in my opinion, I think his costume and his build for that version of Batman is good. Okay, a lot of people might not think he's good. That's great. That's awesome. But
I think
for
it's
that
perfect.
version of Batman, I like it. For that Batcave, I like that. I like the Batmobile. I think that's the best comic book accurate, translated into realism Batman we ever gonna get. Right?
Except Alfred, though. I don't know. That Alfred.
Except for Alfred. He is definitely a younger Alfred. But there's been different versions of Alfred in the comics, just like different versions of Batman. So you gotta give it to them. Like, it's weird, but. Yeah, but long story short, they gotta pick somebody they can stick with, man. They can't keep switching actors when people getting accustomed to these different actors playing these roles, man. Because what they about to do now, how you gonna restart that portion? Those major characters, Superman and Batman, you gotta recast those people, but you gotta keep the same dude for Aquaman. Wonder Woman gonna stay the same.
Well, the dude that's playing Superman, he didn't want to play Superman anymore.
Justice League.
Are you sure? I thought he said he wanted to continue to play Superman.
No,
he looked like Superman.
Happy New Year's, you fuckers. Happy New Year's.
Well, Happy New Year.
That's your fat pig ass.
Happy New Year.
Fuck you, bitch. Happy New Year's to everybody in the chat. I wanted to say that before I went to midnight, so fuck y'all.
Who was saying something? I heard somebody say Royal.
Yeah, I thought he wanted to continue to do Superman.
Yeah, but
he's a way to do
he does
the
want to
Witcher.
keep doing it, but I think DC and that new management that took over because they was just like Xbox, like they didn't see sales looking good, so they shook up a lot of stuff. They fired a lot of people, and they wanted to go in a new direction from what I heard. So they put all of that shit on the back burner. The Batman movie, the Superman sequel,
that's
all
weird.
that.
I mean, they shouldn't do that shit.
He's going to be doing The Witcher, so TV series.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be great.
I know. Tell
He
me about
really,
That's
fucked
going to
his
be
whole shit
so
up,
good.
man.
Oh my fucking god, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
That was a whole idiot. That was a whole idiot move, man. The
I don't
Witcher.
know. He might
looked
do
like
a
that
good
dude.
job. Let's just wait
I
till
mean,
it come out.
he from
And
what
never
I
get
hear, he's a
we can
fan
do
of the
final
game.
judgment.
Hey, they can barely get comic book right. You know what I'm saying? How they
Yeah.
don't get right? Man, that's what I'm worried about. Shit, you can't even get
I mean-
shit that's on paper already for you right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's
Thank you,
I don't know
Boo-Boo.
what's going on over there.
Well, let's go, nigga. My girl here, she looking right, looking good.
You ain't gonna fuck her, yeah?
No, I'm about to eat first and then do that.
Okay.
Damn, that shit was brutal. Why you
William Wallace ass nigga, this ain't those. This ain't the old times where you just grab a bitch and fuck. Nigga, you can't be talking like that.
I mean,
He almost sound black.
So,
Hey, she came over there. She bought him a bucket of
He
chicken.
sounded a little black when he said that. You two ain't gonna fuck, are you? I was like, oh wait, who that?
I've been around a lot of black people, so maybe it's opinion off.
Oh damn! Okay, that's all we do.
Hey, what's next? What's next? You going to jail? Damn. All right, John.
Thrash, you better check the baby pictures, yo. You better do some reconnaissance.
Oh no, all right, then.
Hey, he always say he chop in the throat at night just to make sure.
I heard them doctors. I heard them doctors are real good at folding shit. So you better check.
You know how you check, nigga? Check if they can cook good. If they can cook good, you better double check, nigga. I'm telling you. If they cook
That's not true. Guys cook better than girls. That's not true.
What you mean?
That's what I said. That's what I said. If the food bad, then that's a girl, nigga. If it's good, you better double check, nigga. Like,
oh shit! Oh, she's stupid.
and she out there cooking ribs and shit all in the nigga. Like,
hey, she go out there and grill and tell you to kick back, then that's a problem.
Yeah,
she knows exactly what Joe Boy wants. That's probably good.
Dangling pussy.
Yeah.
Dangling pussy. That's
I know. Hey, William Wallace, you just go for it, won't you?
Yeah.
Goddamn fucking flaps and shit. Moving on.
This nigga, niggas is rubbing off on Ian. This nigga Jay. If they keep stopping by, that motherfucker gonna be walking around this motherfucker like, nigga, what you say? I'm highly concerned.
That's the way thing.
Like, fuck you mean?
That word, so.
Yeah, burnt out. All right, nigga, we out. We see y'all niggas on Friday.
Thank you, Bond. I mean, Weapon Will.
Hey, everybody watch Player One, Ready Player One. Everybody watch that movie so we can talk about it next week. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching that fucking filth.
No one asked you. You late anyways, you Canadian bacon eating prick. Fuck out of here.
Hey, I'll take it as a compliment.
I'm gonna watch it. My girl said she wanted to watch it before, so. Oh, shout out to everybody! Shout out to everybody who here. They got forgotten the intros. I did not shout out the chat. My fault. My apologies and shit. There was too much shit going on.
I'm sorry for farting online.
All that.
Oh, you missed it, Trash. That shit exploded. Yeah. You had Big Money. Big Money was talking about some shit.
I'll be thankful you guys
coming out. I said, damn.
I should have make motherfuckers check out, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Big Money was
I
like,
told you I was taking a shit.
And then this motherfucker go get on to my, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know your microphone was on.
Yeah, I thought it was muted. My bad. Hey, this nigga was like, ew. And then people, I know y'all ain't gonna just feel like you didn't hear that shit.
Nobody acknowledged it. After Big Money said that, everybody got quiet and
Y'all know
shit.
we still live, right? Y'all niggas still live.
Yeah, we know we still live.
All right, y'all. Hey, we out. We'll see y'all niggas on Friday, nigga. We'll see y'all niggas on Friday.
Yeah. Thank you, Bond. I mean, Weapon Will.
Hey, go check out everybody content, nigga. Go check out JayTechTV. Go check out Royal shit on Sundays. Check out JDO shit. He be doing his little streams and shit. You know what I'm saying? Showing off Aloy's ass.
Where's he at?
I think she said she wasn't gonna come. I remember last week we said we wasn't even doing this on the first.
Oh, okay.
So
She's probably out with her family.
She was sick too, right? Was she? Did she have a cold?
She on there playing that motherfucking. She playing something.
Destiny.
She on the thing, right?
Shitsony.
Hey, so And the chat has spoken. I see nothing but thumbs up for JayTech, so this thing is good to go. Whenever you want to be back on, my nigga, just let us know. And
okay.
I just want to say, y'all hate me.
You round table and shit, nigga. So don't even trip. You get a
diver.
Fuck all y'all niggas. We'll see y'all fuck ass niggas later. Hey, y'all niggas know the motherfucking deal, my nigga. Thank y'all and fuck each and every last one of y'all niggas. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
And if you watch the Weapon Wheel, make sure you
fuck you. Back to this shitty ass fucking
fuck
ass Creed Odyssey game.
Weapon Wheel watching bitch ass nigga.
If you watch the Weapon Wheel,